It is me, fellow humans. It is I. I'm here. Look at me. Yippee! How's everybody doing tonight? Guagua. Oh my god, hi! Hello, anyone, hello. Sag Mr. Streamer dead? I'm not dead, guys. I'm alive. I'm right here. Look. Don't start doing that thing where it's like, oh, we can still hear him. It's like he's still here. Because I swear to God, I'll turn the fucking stream off. Mr. Bossman. Hey, Bon. Hi. Hi. England didn't score fucking goals. Damn. My face when my team doesn't do the thing. I feel you, brother. Look, I'm not a big, like, sports ball person or nothing. I used to do sports when I was younger. I did them recreationally, though. I did, like, fucking soccer and baseball. I had one season where I did fucking basketball, but I'm a white boy. I don't got basketball genes, unfortunately. That was not my sport. My lack of cardio made it so that soccer really wasn't my sport either, if I'm completely honest. I tire out really quick. I don't know if I've got like some kind of like fucking, I was gonna say amnesia, asthma or some shit that I don't know about, but I swear cardio fucks me up real bad, even when I was like way more active. Like it's just hard for me to get a breath sometimes. Real rough, real rough. But, I hate it when they whiplash me. Silence you. What was I saying? Right, baseball. Baseball I was actually pretty fucking good at. I was a first baseman in baseball. That shit's fun. You know, when you know what you're doing. But I didn't end up, after I had moved when I was like I want to say it was 11 or 12. I didn't end up doing baseball again. Partly because like the like I'd had the same coach for most of my time playing rec baseball. That was that was fun. There was one season though where like a rival coach was being a pissy little bastard, big man baby, and decided to poach me from my team. Now I was a really good first baseman, you see, right? So if you're gonna take somebody else's first baseman, it makes sense to put them on first base, right? This cocksucker stuck me in outfield. He said, you're gonna go out into the fucking grass over there and do fuck all game. The most miserable fucking season of rec baseball I did, I'll tell you what. I did not know what that fucking dude was doing. It was ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous. But, yeah, I used to, yeah, all that to say, I did sports ball before. But I don't watch it because, I don't know. Just doesn't appeal to me to watch, I suppose. Has Artiv migrated to Twitch chat? I think Artiv's still busy right now. Hopefully he's doing good, though. I know in the Discord today, he was laying out why he's been absent recently. It's a real fucked situation. Hopefully it all gets ironed out and everything turns out okay for him. Did I miss announcement? No, I just forgot to put it out there. I'll go do that now. You gotta remember, I'm not a professional. Here we go. At Notif Squad, we doing some none in the chamber tonight. Smile. And then let me grab the link over here. Live. Video link. Grab link. Close. Paste. Get the Twitch one. There we go. All right. We're good. We got the announcement out there. Professional streamer. It's one of the reasons I quit baseball as well. Yeah, I could understand it. I mean, like, I didn't really like stop liking baseball. It's just when I moved, I was just like, ugh, do I really want to like have to like integrate myself into like a probably already existing team and try and get that going? They're probably already going to have like a lot of stuff going. They're not going to really trust me coming out the gate. I'm probably going to have to do outfield again, which, like I said, I learned pretty quick. I fucking hated outfield. So I was like, I'm good. And after that point, I just fucking leaned into the academics. Not that I was slacking on that before, but I was just like, fuck it. If I'm going to play video games, I'm going to go to school. Easy peasy. Silly Billy. Already made be a Mia poster, but we still all love him. Yeah. He is a member of the community, and we love the members of the community. Even if his takes are a little out there regarding Mia. Hello, Mr. Streamer. How are you doing this fine day? I'm doing alright. I didn't get out of bed till about 9 p.m. So I was eating dinner at like an hour ago. But you know, other than that, I'm good. I really am on my flip-flop schedule right now. Like sleeping during the day, being up all night. It's just how it is, you know? I'm mostly getting good sleep, I think. Let me actually check my sleep app. How was I doing recently? I feel like I was sleeping pretty good these past couple days, but your mind is not always correct. Refresh. Well, it does that. Well, it syncs it up. Hopefully it's gonna get better. Yeah. I hope so too. Quit baseball because I'm left-handed and pitchers at that age tended to suck. Got hit a lot. I could see that being an issue. I'm left-handed when it comes to writing, but I've been able to adopt most other things with my right hand. So it's a little, I've got kind of an ambi thing going there. Not true ambi, I wouldn't say, because I feel like if you're ambidextrous, you should be able to do all things with both hands, but, you know. Having a favorite hand, sure, that makes sense. But talking about getting hit, did y'all see the Yankee-Orioles game? No. Did someone like fucking beam someone in the face with a ball? Mr. Bigman getting some good sleep? We're going to check as soon as my fucking watch syncs up here. Let's see. So this was last week. It's still syncing, I guess. I mean, on Tuesday last week, I slept for just under 12 hours. About 2 of those hours were spent awake, though, unfortunately. That's fine. There's usually, like, brief stints where, like, I'll be awake for a little while. And then if nothing's, like, on, like, a weekday, if nothing's, like, super happening work-wise, I'll just be like, okay, I'll work on this later and then sleep during the day. Easy peasy. Let's see here. Okay, Wednesday, it was about 5 hours of sleep. Thursday, about 10. Friday, about 5 in 2 separate areas. Had like 2 phases on that one. 8 hours 45 on Saturday. And today was 8. So yeah, I'm getting good sleep. I just, the time when I'm choosing to sleep is a little suspect. Questionable, even. In about 30 minutes, DD2 will release to console. I can feel the failures. Oh boy. Don't you just love it when something gets released onto a new platform and you sit there anticipating all of the bugs because that's what you've come to expect nowadays? You haven't come to expect a product to just work. It's like, okay, here we go. Let's see it. Do the fucking thing. Break your kneecap. Unless that's not what you meant. But my statement stands all the same. It gets tiring to see, like, especially when it comes to, like, something releasing on consoles and then coming to PC, and then it's like, oh, it's broken! The port is shit! Yippee! Like, come on, man. I'm paying you money. Can you at least give me a working, functioning thing? Ugh. I've said it before, whenever Darkest Dungeon gets brought up, I need to beat Darkest Dungeon 1 and then try out 2 at some point. Maybe one of these days I'll just like pop up Darkest Dungeon and we'll just do like a fucking stream of it, and I'll be like, alright boys, it's time to go to the Darkest Dungeon, and everybody can like complain about all the builds that I have and how they're all shit, and I'll be like, well, what do you expect from me? I'm a bozo. And they'll be like, well, you shouldn't be playing on Blood Moon. And I say, well, what's the point about not playing it on Blood Moon? I might as well drag my nuts through the glass. Because that's just how I am. Tumo NB confirmed. I said Ambi, not NB, you fuck! What do you mean favorite hand? You know what I mean, favorite hand. Look, if you can... Alright, if you can write with your left and write with your right, if you can do both, you're gonna have one hand that you prefer to write with. It's gonna be the default hand you go to write with. That's just how it is. Unless I'm fucking tripping and like there are like a majority of ambidextrous people are like, no, I don't care. No, it's just whichever one picks up the pencil first. Honestly, I just can't sleep well because it's been extra hot the past few days. Yeah, it's been scorching in a lot of places, it seems, recently. Like, I've seen more and more people complaining about, like, the heat and whatnot, and, like, the topic of AC has been brought up a couple times. I'm fortunate enough that I have AC, right? So, even if it's, like, 95 out with a 95% humidity, I'm inside thriving. I'm doing good, you know? I don't gotta worry about that shit. Because its tagline, I think that's what you call it, is face your failures. Ah, fair enough. My point still stands about ports that suck. I hope it doesn't suck. I hope that it goes off without a hitch. But if there's issues, I'm jaded enough that I'm be like, okay, there you go. Is what it is. What type of raptor is Reed anyway? Weed raptor. I can't say what type of raptor he would be because I didn't get the dino brand of autism, you know what I mean? Like I don't have all of that information stuck in my head. Like I've had people be like, hey Huma, what would your like dino OC be? And I'm like, brother, I know like 3 dinos off the top of my head, all right? Like I don't know what the fuck it would be. I'd have to go do research. Most of my dino knowledge comes from my like fucking 100 hours I put in Ark, which God, I wish I could get back. God, I wish I could get my Ark time back. Crow, you're not gonna finish Darkest Dungeon? Maybe in 1 month? It takes longer than Disco Elysium. Why do I feel like that's not... Hold up. I feel like Disco takes longer, if I'm completely honest. Time to beat. Let's see. Darkest Dungeon. Okay, time to beat saying that Darkest Dungeon main story is 58 hours. Main plus extra is 82 and a half. Completionist is 124. Now what about Disco Elysium? Wow, really? Only 23 and a half hours for the main story? How the fuck? Oh man. This is truly a streamer brain moment, because I really thought that shit was taking me longer. Damn. How much... Wait, how much time did I put in Disco? Five, 15, call it 16, 19. Ooh, shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a streamer brain moment. I guess people breeze through that. Well, I guess they're... Well, it's not like... Okay, look, if I was going like completionist route, 16 hours...
Maybe. I don't know.
Cause like I was playing through listening to it, right? Like, it wasn't like I was dragging my feet too much, I don't think. Oh well. Fuck it, Laster's correct. You get a win. There you go. Everyone happy your day's going well? Hope yours is too, happy dog. Finally able to catch a stream for a bit. Hi, Twisted. We just vibing right now. Arc, ew. Fucking tell me about it, boys. Jesus. There's still this sick, twisted, fucked up part of me that kind of wants to go play, like, I don't know, like Crystal Isles or something on Arc for like a brief stint where I turn everything up to like 1000%, like all of the harvesting, all of the like taming, and just do kind of like an exploration type mode. But then I waddle over and it says it needs 128 gigabytes of space, and then I waddle away and I say, no thank you. That is too much for me. Goodbye. Started switching up because it feels more comfortable. Darkest Dungeon 1 is going to take a long time to finish. DD2 is more roguelike. Yeah, I know that DD2 is more roguelike. That I do know. How quick is like a speed run of Darkest Dungeon though? I assume if you like min-max and get a little bit lucky, you can get pretty quick. Let's see, Darkest Dungeon Blood Moon speedrun. How many hours does this thing take? Big Joe Bear 5 years ago. 0 light, 0 deaths, 100% bosses, Blood Moon. 6 hour, 36 minutes.
Crap, Bertha. What was that?
So that's all bosses.
Apparently Bertha.
Does that include the Darkest Dungeon though? Or is it all but the Darkest Dungeon? Oh no, this is part 1 of the whole thing. Okay, got it. So he's broken it up. So that's 6.5, 5. This might not be a speed run. This might just be, yeah, this is just a run. So what about like a fucking world first, any percent Steigen, 5 hour, 48 minute. Does that have cheaties? I mean, it has any percent, so. Well, interesting. Hey, Mr. Creamer, how's the day going? Much calmer, I assume? Oh, compared to yesterday? Yeah, no, I'm thriving right now. I'm just vibing. I'd be kicked back chilling. Like I said, I slept most of the day, but, you know. These what it is. Slept like the baby today since I'm at my parents', so I got my main bed here, and AC. Looks at mattress on floor in my apartment. Truly living the Lassiter life. Snoot Game X Jurassic Park crossover. Are we just gonna like have Jurassic Park play but like slap some fucking wigs on the dinos? Not even close. The dinos do get a bit quirky at night. Just don't cross the streams. DRG stream when? Yeah, at some point. I'm not opposed to it. I like DRG. It is a fun time. I'm kind of like looking at the boys right now are playing fucking Nextbot hell in gmod. They decided that they were gonna do a little bit of gmod tonight, download some Nextbots and run away from it. It's actually a kind of a fun time. We did it a couple days ago as well. And part of me was like, man, I kind of just want to say, no stream tonight, I'm playing gmod. I was like, I gotta get out there. They're counting on me, coach. I gotta get out there and read. Another victory for the right side of history, parentheses Lassiter. What's the left side of history? Not Lassiter. How many problems would the fan kids of Anno and Schizo have? Or would they somehow be averagely normal? I mean, I don't think... Hold up. Yeah? Look, I don't know how fucking mental illness works. I don't know how much of that could be hereditary versus environmental versus just imbalances in average, like just a person's chemistry. I am not the person to ask that one. Fastest DD speedrun, not entering the estate and leaving. True. Turn around. You're at the cutscene where the carriage is going towards the estate, and then Reynald has like a wait. Fuck this. Turn our asses around. I'm not going there. Roll credits. Leaving that cursed estate, we found redemption. Chaboy has arrived. Hello, Jake.
Hello, Jake.
How are you doing today? Team Wahoo. Are you gonna kill Mr. Streamer because he's not reading Punch Drunk? No, I like it. None in the chamber. See, I'm good. I got the wider dual hose AC unit set up so I can make my igloo. I like being able to just like make a place fucking frigid if I wanted. I'm the kind of guy who wants to, if it were feasible, just crank up the AC to like a frigid degree whenever I want to sleep. I want to have to like bundle in those covers for warmth. Let cold outside world incubate me in my nice warm blankie. 2 subs off 1,000. What? Bullshit. Was I get fucking 50 something today, wasn't it? Yeah, fuck. Yeah, we're at 950, 958. It's like, what the fuck, huh? Where did 40 subs come from? I'm not. He read Punch Drunk for an absurd period of time last time. I have been quenched. It's true. I did. How many chapters did I get last time? Was it 5? It's like 5 or 6. I did over 4 chapters, I believe. Yeah, it was certainly over 4. Though, to be fair, I think we started and ended with a interlude. I think. That arcade one though was like I bit off more than I could chew with that one. I didn't realize that one was gonna be a fucking hour and a half long chapter. And Jake will be there and he'll be like, I told you it was long. And I'll be like, yeah, well, I'm a fucking asshole, so what do you want from me? But yeah. I mean, today we're gonna be starting on chapter 16 for None in the Chamber, which is halfway through the thick now. Which we started waddles over to the studio. We started None in the Chamber. Oh Jesus, how far back am I gonna have to scroll? Is this the first one? This is 6 through 7. Hey, here's the Project Zomboid community night. You guys remember that? I remember that. May 7th. So we are 2 months into reading this thing. 2 more months! 2 more months! Hey Lois, remember the time Anon was taken advantage of by a rat? Wait, what? Wait, what? I don't remember that one. Gooning stream when? Never. I ain't a goon. I'm the boss. Done the chamber hours, let's go.
Yeah.
Feel like everyone fucking died and slept eternally after the community night. After I ate some food, yeah. Well, actually, no, not even after I ate some food. I just kind of like fucking droned on for a couple hours and then fell asleep. $42.90? Uh-oh. What are those numbers, Mason? My AC is slow as fuck, and it takes an hour to get my room cold. Well, I mean, at least it gets it cold. Some places, some people are just like, I'm gonna die here in this fucking box as it cooks me alive. Somebody did meth instead of math. Got the chapter 11. Yeah, you guys went on for a really fucking long time. Yeah, 6.5 hours. Did tell him I even offered the break. I know you did. Chapter 10 arcade, I warned you, bro. He said, I ain't hear no bell, and then got haymakered. I did, but hey, I wrote it out, didn't I? I got to the end of the chapter. I did my part. I did my reading. My time was punched in on that card. Got DDR'd. Bro, I like DDR. That shit's fun. Back in the day, I think we still have it. It probably doesn't fucking work. We had like a DDR game on like the PS2 or something, and we had like the fucking mat you could roll out that was supposed to be like the DDR mat. I think I still have that like tucked away somewhere. Imagine I bust that out for a stream. We play DDR. Hold up a minute. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Let me go check. I think I have it in here. No. Unfortunately, that's the wrong box. That one has all of like the Wii peripherals that we had, as well as a couple other things. I think the DDR mat is at my parents' place, if it didn't get trashed at some point. In the year 1996. How could I ever forget that steak microwaver? If we ever go back to play Project Zomboid, I will microwave all of the food just to spite you. And to make things better, I will spec into being a chef. That way, I am like the one you should always let cook your food, because I'm gonna prepare it the best. And that nice steak that's gonna give you way more calories than you cooked it, I'm gonna put that bitch in the microwave. You're fucked, bozo. But I don't know if that comes before or after we finally get around to doing 7 days. Mr. Streamer, commission a fic where Mia beats the fuck out of Jake. Brother, if I were to commission anybody doing anything like that, it would be Jake beating the fuck out of Mia. And even then, I don't think I'd have to pay much. Anon versus Rat callback. When did that happen? I can't remember. I believe you, I just can't remember. Never goon. True and fucking real. It's a video by Pepper. Wait, now it's starting to come back to me. Hold on a minute. Anon versus Rat. Ah, yes. Yep. I have to remember. You guys want to watch it real quick?
No, he's not a boy anymore. He's a man. Cause he just raped me. You think you could back that up? Listen to this guy. Could back that up. I got bruises to prove it. No, I mean that ass. Back it up. Yeah. Do you hear what he's saying here? Sounds like someone wants to get raped again.
Come on, Carl. He hasn't even been here 1 day. How could he possibly learn the English language?
See, all I know is ball and good and rape. Yeah, you know it well. I bend over for the remote and boom, you're there. What's this?
I'm sorry, Carl, but I think that you need to leave. You upsetting him, banana.
Yeah, well, you know, he upset me pretty bad, too. I don't know if I can sleep anymore. You ever been raped by a dog? See, I think that's what hell is like, you know, constantly raped by dogs.
Carl.
You know, I don't know if I believe in God, but I think he must hate me.
Carl.
Because he allowed you to create a dog that constantly rapes me.
Okay, Carl, that's it. Just go home, all right?
Yeah, just go on home.
You need to just go home and lie down for a while.
Face down. If I see that dog again, he's dead. Yeah, bye-bye. He's dead! Okay, see ya.
My fucking hand banana. So that part is it could have just used Carl Dusky in this too. True. We have Carl at home. But yeah, that's my Pepper on YouTube. Make sure to go like the video. Smile. Tried sitting through Broken Wings. I liked it until Anon and Fang got back together almost immediately. Yeah, we've had our discussions on Broken Wings. It's okay for what it is, but it takes things too quick. Breakneck speeds. Obama comes out at the end and daps us up. Let's see here. This fic is going to be a nightmare to edit into a video. No. Look, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is what's smart about me, right? Occasionally, I have a couple flashes of brilliance. I make sure that I have the timestamps so I know roughly how far into each thing I need to jump. So if it's like, okay, I see that this one has about an hour 15, I just gotta skim ahead hour 15 till we're at the where I see the first bit of scroll happen, and then it's just kind of like sliding it into there at the right place. Now, in terms of how many fucking videos I'm going to put in the editor, yeah, that one's not going to be too fun, but the process in of itself isn't too bad. Humo TTT Rage outlet. Oh, Humo TTT Rage got let out. Yeah. Yeah. TTT was, it was something. So 6 chapters done in the chamber, right? Right? Hell no. Hell no. These are not short chapters. I would say you probably get 2 tonight. Yeah, you probably get 2 tonight with the length of these chapters. I'm looking at the fucking slidey bar. I know how long that's gonna take roughly. That's gonna take a while. It's gonna take me a while to get down on that. Whole chapters in one sitting. Pay me 50 grand.
Hi.
Hi, Swat. Pro's really looking for his DDR mat. Yeah, because I wanted to see if I had it. Because it makes like a nice crinkle noise because it's like made of that material. So I could have just walked in here and like crinkled it at the mic and just started cackling. Like a fucking freak. Lasted a feast tonight. Oh yeah, no, he'll still get some. It's been more than a second. DDR stream. It would be fun. You could play DDR Matt with the Mo cosplay. Oh man. Man. Jots that one down at the back of my head. He's making a run for it. Get that trigger.
I am not a Triceratops, motherfucker!
They use Olivia as their profile ID. Just look up the Amber encounter. Sorry, I played too late. No, it's all good. I knew how I could find it. Dog getting freaky. I forgot how fucking crazy Aqua Teen Hunger Force was. Oh, I need to go back and watch it. Like, I only remember bits and pieces from when I was younger. But I think I'd really enjoy that show now. I need to rewatch old ATHF. Shit was amazing. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Love watching Dr. Weird parts. Oh yeah, at the beginning, like before each episode, something fucking ridiculous happens to that guy. There's that one time he got sucked into like his own asshole or something. None in the chamber, but it's read by Meatwad.
No standing completely fucking still.
That's not quite Meatwad, but you get the vibe at least. Gentlemen. I'm gentleman. Oh wait, no, that's what he says, right? Dr. Weird. Got it. Yep. Pieced it together. I got there. Mr. Creamer may have brief flashes of intelligence, but he will never have a brief flash of the apple. Kill yourself. I think I missed a few chapters on this, and I have no time for catch-up. Well, Fuck, what did happen? We left off last, Anon was doing deliveries with Simone, and they ended up at Moe's, and Mo recognized Anon, and now we're playing off of that. So Aqua and Xavier were shows I hated watching growing up, but love rewatching when I got older, especially Xavier. I remember seeing that and being like, what is this? This looks weird. I don't like it. Where's SpongeBob? But nowadays I'll see like a clip of like Xavier, like in fucking when I'm just scrolling, I'll be like, man, this show looks like it was funny. Why did you say that? Why did I say what? If Mr. Streamer does not read at least 4 chapters, I will revolt. I will go ahead and call the Royal Guard so that way they can put down your revolt as soon as it happens at the end of stream. Someone would fucking pay, and if they did, I would do it. Look, I have laid down the gauntlet. If a fucking oil baron wants to come out because I'm reading his favorite Snoot game fan fiction, and he wants to slide me a crisp 50k, I'll take it, and then I'll read the rest of the fanfic tonight. I will not stop until it's done. Mr. Streamer likes crinkling. Oh. No, I am not a crinkler. Fuck you. Throws a brick at your head. Now Twitch chat is gonna pay you $500 again. No, they won't. They already did it. They shouldn't. They fucking shouldn't. Keep your goddamn wallets closed. You're not PogChamp at me, Vice. Mr. Streamer's 40 and slip. Wait a minute. I'm a human. Trigger moment. Only 2 chapters. Blatant Jake preferential treatment. Look. That was after 1 week of having not read anything because I was on my own little vacation. And I was feeling like, you know what? Jake treat tonight. He gets a little bit more reading. And the chapters were shorter. That's the biggest thing. The chapters were shorter. If there were like a couple of short chapters here, maybe you would get more than fucking 2 chapters. Now this is what we call a trigger moment. My ass has decided to eat my hand! Ah! It hungers for more! Wasn't like the fucking assistant ordering like a pizza at the time or something too? Keep yourself safe? Self? Had a stroke.
Look at everybody. Look at Jake. Look at him. He made a fucking mistake. Everybody point and laugh. That's your writer over there. That's the writer of Punch Drunk Gator.
Wahoo. Fuck me. Wahoo. Wahoo's like treat. When people see Wahoo, they got a Wahoo post. What a time to come in. Mr. Creamer is a confirmed crinkler. I fucking hate all of you. If Twitch chat pays you $500 again, I better start seeing some co-host back pay. You know, someone's gonna like donate money during like a fucking creator spotlight at some point, and I'll be like, oh hey, guest, would you like to receive some money? And like completely ignore you, Jake. And then when you go, what the fuck? Moni. Ugh. You keep that fucking wallet closed, Gray. Do not open that shit up. I do not need you and Vice to start looking at me with hungry eyes. Humo abusing the facts. Humo abusing fact I can't send him super chats yet. Yeah, it's funny to point and laugh at the YouTube chat because they can't do anything right now. Looks at Jake with money-shaped eyes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
was a joke, by the way.
I know it was, Jake. I know it was. You wouldn't be trying to shake me down live. You'd be pulling me into like a side chat. Is there something I missed with the crinkling thing? I just said that if I had fucking found my DDR mat, I'd come in here and crinkle it at the mic for a second, just to show that I have it still. And then everybody decided that means Mr. Streamer's a crinkler, right? And then I mauled it. Jake gets paid in treats. Yeah, if you can't give Jake money, all you gotta do is just draw him a little thing of Dorian, and he'll go yippee and click his heels together. Lassiter might be the oil baron to send the 50k. No, no, no. No, no, no. Unless YouTube lucky they have an excuse to not show how broke they are / affection, of course. Affectionate, of course. Ah, yes, I see. You can never know how broke they are if they can't tell you how broke they are. That's what you're saying, isn't it, Vise? Jake gets paid in monsters, that's why his eyes glow green. Haven't had a monster in a couple days. Been out. Oh, you know what? I'll like slide you a 50. That way you can write a fic and go get yourself a monster. That sounds mean. I'd never say that. Of course you wouldn't, Vise. You're a nice guy. You would never say it. But Mr. Streamer's here. What have I stumbled upon? Eventually a reading of None in the Chamber. Fallen Angel. A Snoot Game fanfic. But right now we're just talking, because that's what we do. Ah. Lassiter doesn't have enough money. You know, honestly, the reason I can tell that Lassiter isn't like a fucking rich oil baron is because there isn't like millions upon millions of fan art of Fang. Because if he was a rich oil baron, you know damn well he'd be commissioning every single artist he could. Just draw Fang. Draw Fang. Draw Fang. Wahoo! It's me, Mario! I don't know if you saw my new book cover, but I got a new one fic going called Trust is Like a Loose Wheel. But simply, it's supposed to be one fic, and a new human student called Red H. Herring. I see. I see. Okay. Maybe I'll check it out sometime. Wahoo! Who said that? Who said that? Who the fuck said that? Your boy has bills to pay. That would be Vise, who said that he looks at you with money-shaped eyes. Damn, Jake, you tweaked after that, huh? No. Oh, true. Jake could never know. I could just say it was someone on the Twitch side, and then he'd have to go waddle over there. That would be funny. Still feel like I'm missing context, but neat. Let the ASMR stream commence.
Yeah. Asmer.
I still need to fucking figure out if I really want to do an ASMR stream at some point, or if I just want to do like an ASMR video. Get Lone V in a call. Sage and Fang take care of you. That would make some people scream. Bet drawing Dorian later out of spite. Oh, Jake's sitting over there like, oh no, don't draw Dorian out of spite. I hate that. No! Ah! As he's smirking the whole time. I need a monster right now. To drink, right? To drink, right? Damn, I guess now we need to know what Mr. Creamer creams to in his free time. You don't need to know that. No, you don't need to know that. There's a reason I don't participate in filth. That is need to know information, and you motherfuckers are not in the need to know. I need monster to fight my nightmares. I just forget them. That's how I fight my nightmares. Ha, YouTube chat can't donate, ha. YouTube chat trying to shove their fucking money through the screen. It doesn't work, fool. Red herring. Yep. That seems to be the play on words for that one. You can't make me go to Twitch. I know I can't, but that's what's funny, because if I say somebody in Twitch is willing to give you $5 bajillion gorillion dollars if you write a fanfic for them, you would be like, oh man, guess I'm not getting that money. Last there's enough money to throw a game at an unnamed person after being unemployed for half a year. Mate, guess how much I had before I lost my job. And I haven't shown any of the commissions I bought before Snoot Community. Oh boy. Last year's actually freaking loaded. Also, did Automod really fucking grab one of my tertiary messages in my tweet? Probably. Waddles over to the graveyard. Don't threaten me with money, I will cave immediately. What did Automod mean by this? What did Automod mean by that? Yes, please, I need it, I'm begging. You know, honestly, if Anon ever discovered Lone V, it would be over. I think it would be over. I will never be graveyarded. Just wait. Automod 2 will come for you. Automod has already shot one of my messages before, and I don't even message much. All I did was say kill Artiv. It's documented. Don't underestimate me, Humo. Okay. Sits back down. Drums my little lanny fingers together as I think about how much money you might have. Ooh. To drink. Okay, thank God. Now I'm curious. About what? I enjoy drawing D. Actually, I got Punch Drunk Gator poster on right now. Probably my most advanced piece yet. If you've seen some in the Discord chat, I've seen some Dorian posters. I think Did you post it yet? Because if so, I might have spotted it. Let me scroll up. Because I remember scrolling through when I was laying down. I was gonna say last night, but this morning. Yeah, I'll post it again if I have to. Yeah, if you want to just throw it in the fucking... hold up a sec. Maybe I should be able to get it. Let me just disable streamer mode real quick. The annoying thing about streamer mode is for whatever reason you can't do a search option from like a specific user. And it's so weird. Yeah. I saw this. I'll put it up on screen real quick for others to see. Oh, why is it so big? Holy shit. Why am I 300% zoomed? There we go. A little punch drunk for the fellas. Dadorian. Hey guys, I'm great. Hey Ken. Hey, I do more destructive things to fight my PTSD nightmares because I'm an adult. You see, I can just go, I can't see the apple anymore. And then the nightmares can't get me when I'm awake. It's a win-win. I know Jake will never come over here willingly, and if he does, then I forced him to break his morals to do it. I win every time. Checkmate. Very true, Vise. Very fucking true. And that's really the thing, right? You gotta win the mental game against Jake. Let's go. That's fire. Damn, that looks good. Yeah, we got talented people in the community. Is that searching it up? Seems me and Lassiter have something in common. Ooh. Automod is run by Artiv. I'm pretty sure Artiv has gotten throttled by Automod too, so I think that theory falls flat, unfortunately. I'm immune to Automod. Again, it only takes a matter of time before something you do trips Automod up and they get really pissed off. Lassiter Trust Fund, baby. I'm thirsty, me drink water. Good job, Jake. Hydrate yourself, buddy. Humo twiddling his blueberry-stained Lanny-shaped thumbs, thanking to God that Lassiter can't splurge money like in the old days. Posted again if I have to. Oh yeah, I read that. Dorian posters are top tier. Dorian is a cool cat. I would agree with that, you know? And those who post Dorian are cool as well. I'll say. Yep. Jake obviously agrees. I cast lukewarm water. I beat you over the head with a fucking thermos. Don't ever do that again. Thought the same, and then a dumb drunk trad moment, and Humo's dick so big it got bones, ended up in the graveyard. It certainly did, didn't it? I cast dog hair water. You guys are fucking filthy. Fun fact, warm water is better for your digestive system or something. I don't know. Fun fact, cold water makes me happier. What the fart? Door on. Wahoo the D. Door on. I don't want to be mean, but it is mid. You didn't nail the perspective being sideways very well. Look at that Dorian surviving the pit. Yeah, with all those little cuts on him, maybe it was against that fucking Greek dude that had the word I couldn't read last time we read.
Thanks, Mr. Streamer. Yeah.
Why the hell did you ping me for that? I'm not the one who drew it. So you see it. Fuck, I thought you drew it. Anon worships the snoot like those apes in 2001 who worshipped a blank space domino. You can't say shit like that and then not have me look that up. Monkeys worship domino. (2001). What is going on with this hombre? Hold up. Look at this dude. This is like your average fucking Rust player. He's got a rock and he's about to brain somebody. Jesus. Lester retard moment again. It's okay, pal. We all have our moments. Just look at Humo. Waddles over to the Discord, takes off your fucking badge. You'll never work in this town again, buddy. I would like to thank Jake for making an OP character. Dorian gets his shit rocked. At least he got his shit rocked last time we saw him. He's not OP yet. Yes, it did. Warm water is better than cold. You're wrong. Not trust fund middle class and had a good job with minimal expenses for 5 years. That'll do it. That'll do it. I know I fucking got a nice chunk of change in my bank account because I was able to live with my parents while I was working remotely. Believe it or not having to pay rent and utilities gets you a nice bit of cash, especially when they're kind enough not to charge you rent. I don't go out and party and shit, so like I'm not losing money that way. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I relent that cold water is better than warm water. Apologies. See, you can have character development and then come to the right side of history. That's fine. We love it when that happens. Dorian poster when? I assume you mean a roll. Which, with the amount of people that draw Dorian, maybe. I feel like there's enough people. It was just Greek for excellent. Yeah, I remember what it was for because I went to Google Translate and did it. People who unironically drink warm water over cold are psychos in training. they're the kind of people that would like fucking get into their car on a hot summer day and look at the fucking bottle of water that's been sitting there in the console and be like, ah, a delectable treat. And those people scare me. Anytime I'm like extremely thirsty and I step into a car like that and I see the water, I have to like have a mental battle with myself to say, you're gonna be dehydrated for the rest of the day if you don't drink that. You need sustenance now. Do it or you're gonna die. And I'll begrudgingly pick it up and drink it. I cast cucumber water. Haven't had cucumber water, so I don't care. Steaming hot is the only type of water you can bathe or shower in. Finally, Anon. A good fucking take. Yeah, I like it. I like to basically biblically cleanse myself of all my sins via hot water. Greek dude, I look up the dino picture and it was a dodo with claws. It's a scene from Space Odyssey, dumbass. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, who asked? Bozo. Have I watched Space Odyssey? I can't even fucking remember. Let's see. Do I recognize this guy? No, I don't. I don't think I've watched 2001 A Space Odyssey. Oopsie daisies. Now time for people to come at me. What? You've never watched a movie? Yeah, I'm not a movie guy. Sorry. It was a great Therizinosaur chimpanzee moment. He's ready to grind. Yikes, 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 yikes. Stop yikesing. Homie looked like he was ready to chimp out. Rust players scare me. Instantly know the scene. D got his nuts cracked in chapter 10, dog. He did get fucking decked by the goddamn wheelchair straight into the nuts. That is true. Joke's on you, homo. I paid third of all expenses while living at home. I mean, you're still gonna be making more bank. Like, comparatively to not living at home. Imagine playing Rust. Warm water will always be better than cold. Sorry. My brother called me a psycho because I like cold water. And that, my friend, is called gaslighting. He's trying to gaslight you into thinking you're a psycho when in reality you are the normal one. It's a matter of principle. I can understand that. I just, like, if my parents are going to be charitable enough to let me stay at home without making me pay anything, I'm not going to, like, turn my nose up to that. Look, the more money you can get earlier on, the better. Especially when it comes to, like, investing and everything. So if you can get, like, a nice fucking chunk of change out the gate, that shit can, like, snowball. So, that's how I see it, at least. Ugh. Dorian being rimmed by... Okay. Continuing on. Join the right side. My side. You're the... I'm gonna, like, see you as the warm water guy from now on. So, I'll know that your takes infuriate me. Would D be like Little Mac from Punch-Out? I love Little Mac. Honestly, if I were to play fucking Smash, I'd probably main Little Mac, even though he's like low tier, just because I'm like, I fuck with that. I fuck with his whole style. And he's right. No, the fucking warm water enjoyers are not right. Fuck you. Every day you get closer to being disintegrated by a fiery beam. Yeah, there's gonna be some point where like fucking Hilichurl just gets shot dead in the streets. And I'm gonna look and I'll be like, wonder what happened there. And then keep walking. Bro, water bottle car water is wild. Wild as in crazy bad, or wild as in like that goes hard? Looks at the Lassiter-shaped side of history. You on the wrong side, bud. Oh, D is 6'2", he's up there. Had no AC in my car for the entire month of June. So here's the funny thing about my car. My air works, like my cold air works, but the heater doesn't work. So in the summer, I'm being chillin'. In the fucking winter, I'm being freezing. I need to get it fixed at some point, but it's been this way for years, and I just haven't been arsed to fix it, if I'm honest. won't spoil anything, but there's one part you may like. Also, love listening to the VODs in this chapter. A little humo treat. Also, thank you for the nice words. I'm glad you enjoy listening. When you already get bullied for not seeing Back to the Future movies, you can't go much lower. And you know what? I might, out of spite, just not watch those movies. And I'm gonna say that because, you know, then at least, you know, I sound like I have an excuse and it's not me just not watching them because I just can't get around or care to watch them. I only drink room temp water. Okay, I only drink room temp water is when my ass is dehydrated to the point I have a headache. Showers that are hot are awesome. Yeah. Hot showers good. Drink hot water not good. Bad. I never watched the Lion King movie. That was one of those movies I watched as a kid, so I watched that one. Normalize not watching movies. Has Mr. Creamer watched Fight Club? Nope.
Haven't watched that.
Good night, chat, Mr. Streamer. Good night, Sierra. Hope you sleep well. What was that about D and rimming? Scroll up and look at Hilly Churl's messages. Just assume if there's anything that makes me go, nah, alright, skipping that one. It's probably Hilly Churl talking about fluids or something. Heinous. My dad always trying to give me shit or help me get shit made me annoyed for a whole life, so now I hate getting money from people. Hate being indebted to others. Want my success to be my own. Yeah, I mean, that's how I've wanted my stuff to be, but like, I'm also not gonna be like resistant to like someone trying to give me some help. Like, I'm making it known I want this to be like an accomplishment of my own. If it's something like, you know, me getting a job or something, I don't want to like have it be like, oh, you're blank son, let me help you get a job here. I want it to be of my own merit. But I'm also like, I recognize that this world is hard, and you know, sometimes if somebody wants to like pass me like a little help, I'm not gonna be too okay. I say that, but then I got like a lot of money on Friday and I was like, this is weird, I don't like this. But I try to at least not be too resistant to it. When it's coming from family, it's easier, obviously, but from, you know, others, there's a little bit of resistance there for me. Their Zenosaurs are very large, though, standing at 16 feet long. Motherfuckers got big. Hilichurl is my biggest op next to Laster and Ardiv. Damn. Really picking your fights there, huh, Anon? My car, said like Borat saying my wife. This is my car. I love it very much. You know, T-Rexes are humongous and Mo wasn't that huge. Snoop Game dinos aren't anywhere near as their real life counterparts. True. We'll associate that with human crossbreeding or something, I guess. Okay, once every 3 years, I can get car water bottle that's been in the dash for 3 months. If again, it has to be like a desperation move for me. Mr. Streamer, please fix the heat in your car. I promise it's worth it, especially when your windshield fogs up. Yeah, dude, when the windshield fogs up, it's the worst fucking thing on the planet Earth. So goddamn annoying. I'll probably try and get it fixed before the winter creeps in. I just am so bad about making appointments for things, man. It's fuck. I've gone like 4 years now without a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment, optometrist. I really need to do that sometime this year. Get like the full checkup going. Ugh. Back to the Future is so good. Real, normalize not watching movies. Says Jake, the biggest non-movie watcher. You only drink warm water if you play Snoot Game Encore with no voice acting. Could you imagine? Okay, I was gonna say, could you imagine doing that? But at the same time, like, I can kind of understand. If you want to appreciate, like, the stuff, the extra scenes they're adding and, like, the new art, I can get it. If you didn't want to have the voice acting. But, like, come on! They gotta have fucking voice acting. Let her rip. At least one playthrough. Took a cold shower today. Actually really wakes you up. Oh yeah, cold shower will wake you up, but I don't like cold shower. I like warm shower. I like getting in there and being like, I'm melting. And just like putting like one arm on the wall, letting the water hit me and just... As I think about various things. It's like my character development moment. If you didn't watch the original Airbud, consider yourself an enemy. Puts up my dukes. Sorry. I don't watch movies nowadays. I used to watch shit back in the day when movies didn't suck dong. I just don't, like, I've got other things to do than watch movies, man. There's like so much entertainment out there. Why movie when video game? You know what I mean? Must be nice. None of my cars ever had working AC. No, my cheap ass don't spend the money to fix it, so my dumb ass for that is I sit in 101 heat. At least I have a heater. I think if it came down to it, I prefer not having a heater over not having like AC in the fucking summer. Because as frigid as it might get, I can always throw on a couple more layers, and that'll help my drive a little bit. I'd rather fail on my own rather than succeed with others' help. From failure, I learn. From getting success handed to me, I get nothing. I mean, it's a balancing act. It's not like black and white. I haven't watched movies since streaming became popular. That's fair too. Like I said, there's just so much media out there. The streamer, please make those appointments for your future health demands it, and we love you. I appreciate it. The thing is, like, I haven't like gotten to the point where like anything's happened that I'm like, oh, I need to go to the get an appointment. You know, like I'm okay. I'm in at least okay condition, but I do recognize that it is good to make sure I try and get those yearly appointments set up. So I'm, you know, I keep telling myself, I'll try and figure out when I'll do it, but I just need to kick myself in the ass a little bit as well. Never watched Back to the Future. Don't see the appeal that much. It is what it is. Why take cold shower when coffee? Cause need clean. Why not both either, you know? Sometimes when I feel like hot garbage, I'll literally just lay down in my tub with hot water cranked super hot and just rot. I'm assuming you mean like fucking shower still, not like you just make a stew. Look, I can get behind like just laying in a hot tub. I've done that like maybe once or twice. Not like a hot tub, but like, you know, a tub with hot water in it. I'll just like fucking let my like mouth rest below the water as my head's like on an incline. I'm just like sitting there. Life is peaceful, you know? Cold shower only good on 100+ degree days. When you've been outside working or something too, absolutely. No, false. Mia rimming movie when? Followed by Jake saying hilly churl ... Anything under warm is for weaklings. No. I won't say that. Because cold showers are fucking they take some grit to get through. Mia doing what? Don't worry about it. Yo, what the dog doing? About to get blasted by the ATF when they run in here in a second. Also be planning a Red H airing poster soon too. But I also got a chapter of I wanna help that Humi I need writing to. What should I do first? I agree with Jake. When in doubt, flip the coin. Funga reference? Coin flip? Yeah, the drain is open. I'm not letting my bathroom flood, you mongoloid. I didn't say your bathroom was flooding, you fucking freak. You said you lay down in the tub. You can let the tub fill up and then stop it when it's filled. What the fuck? I'm not the mongoloid here. Coin Otarakil reference? Dude, I love me my fucking Otarakil. That's stupid. No, you're stupid. Fuck you. Flood the bathroom, do it, you won't. streamer is filling his tub to the brim. Yeah. What? You can't fill it to the brim unless you're in it already. If you're not in it, don't fill it to the brim because when you get in it, it'll be over the brim. Humo equals male Olivia conformed? Conformed. Not conformed because then you guys would have to break my fucking kneecaps. I said the water was cranked hot. That implies a shower, not a bath. Context. Motherfucker! Water being cranked hot doesn't imply a shower. That just implies that the water is hot. What the fuck are you talking about? Take Jake's moderator privileges away and give them to me. I am a better moderator. And I'll take Sage away from you. Gulp, please no. It's heaven right. Love how we said we hate drinking hot water and everyone flipped it to, but my hot showers though. I think they just saw the like a connection to be able to be like, oh, we can talk about shower water now. Which, you know, don't drink your hot water. Bathe in your hot water. Don't bathe in your cold water, drink your cold water. He's cranking his water? That's what he said. Humo just said in it. Humo Breton confirmed. Would you boys like a water ball? Got a water ball here. Thirsty? Want some water? Water ball? Got a license for this water ball, I do. Wah, wah, wah. Oh no. I have a confession that might be controversial. I drink my soda at room temps. No ice. I don't fuck with you no more, Jake. Room temp? Ugh. Ew. Tooey. That's not as bad as drinking hot water. True that may be, disgusting it still is. Fuck my stupid brain. Ah. With rum, I mean sometimes if I have rum. Nice. I am British and I find this offensive, Mr. Streamer. You got a license for that offense? You got a license for that? Room temp soda while in a hot shower? Does that make the room temp soda seem like it's colder? Comparatively to the ambient temperature going on? Soda at room temp ain't that bad. Wrong. Chapter of Wani Help is what I'm doing. The flipper's heads, no pun intended. Nice. What? Okay, hold on. Let me add some context. It depends on the soda. I only drink Dr. Pepper at room temperature. It brings out the cherry flavors. Drums my fingers together. Fine. Fine. Dude, I hate room temp soda. I drink like Sprite and Coke though, so like those are my sodas. And like I don't like having ice in my sodas. That one might be controversial to some people, but I don't like having my sodas get watered down over time. I don't like having a timer on my drink. Give me just a cold fucking soda out of the fridge, and I'll be happy. At the very least, when it starts to get like more not cold anymore, like starts teetering towards room temp, it still tastes like the soda, not the soda plus water. Cold beer in a hot shower, let the sadness truly set in. Could never be me, I hate beer. Have you seen that old ad for Dr. Pepper where they boil it for a Christmas drink? What? Oh, disgusting. I haven't drank a soda in over a decade. I prefer water or juice. I usually have like a Coke like once a day. Just because of me liking my soda. And I drink a lot of water, so it's not like I'm not hydrating properly. It's my little humo treat. Piss stream meets water chat. I just Captain Morgan and some store brand cola. My dad does Captain Morgan fucking Diet Sprite, I think. It's like one of his go-to drinks. It's fine. In the name of holy room temperature cola. We in Mr. Schumer's chat straight jorking it, and by it, I mean my peanuts. Yeah, you better take that one back, motherfucker. Room temp Pepsi is actually decent. Cold anything else is a no. Ugh. I've eaten salad while in the shower. Sometimes a Dr. Pepper that's been left out for 30 minutes can be good. Look, I haven't drank Dr. Pepper, so I'm not gonna fucking comment on it. Dr. Pepper is cough syrup, change my mind. Meant everything has to be cold. Okay. Who else likes to fill the tub up halfway with water, then take a shower? wait, Anna, what's that one? Do you want to like feel like you're wading through like a fucking swamp or something while it's raining? What? Treat? How do you feel about people who microwave water for coffee or tea? Fuck it. I can't be arsed, dude. If you want to microwave your water, it's fine. If you get the water hot, so be it. Who am I to tell you how you warm your water? Fuck ice and soda. Fuck that timer bullshit. Real one spotted. And I'm pretending he's Shrek as he bathes. You guys remember when Shrek bathed in that mud? Looks at my Kofola. I pity you people. Trying to multitask. Honestly, boiled Dr. Pepper might fuck. I wouldn't try it nowadays, but with the old recipe, it was probably good. Try it. Try it, Jake, and then report back to us. Ice cold bath halfway, hot shower the rest. Oh, you guys are... what are you saying? Ice isn't a problem in your drinks if you drink them fast enough. That's the problem! You have to drink them fast enough! Jake looks like average Pilk enjoyer. Didn't Lanny try Pilk? Cold beer in cold shower. That seems about right for me. Shut the hell up. Boiled Dr. Pepper sounds good. Just heads up, if you're reading Trust, just know the red does speak Spanish rarely. Well, as long as it's not as much as fucking the Rosa family here, we'll probably be fine. Pilk is weird. Leave Pilk alone. Destroy Pilk. Wow. Whole spectrum right there in those couple messages. I've tried boiled Dr. Pepper and it's okay, but it becomes flat. I would assume so, because where the fuck is the carbonation gonna go? Beverage of the gods. Pilk is awesome. You're weird, Anon. Mud baths are a real thing. Look them up. How do it work? Looks like someone needs some Pilk. Not me. All while drinking room temp soda. Gross. What's the opposite of treat? Punishment. Alright, let's look up like a fucking mud bath real quick. Also, we've been going for like an hour. How long now? Hour 20. Yeah, we need to start reading soon. We got very enamored with this whole discussion on drinks.
Looking at the mud bath. Wikipedia. A mud bath is a therapeutic spa treatment that involves soaking in a bath of mud, warm mud, in a natural hot spring or geothermal pool. Mud baths have been used for centuries as a way to promote health and relaxation, and are still popular today in many parts of the world. The mud used in mud baths is usually a combination of natural mineral and rich clay and water, which is treated to a comfortable temperature. The mud is then applied to the body, and the person is left to soak in the mud for a period of time, typically around 15 to 20 minutes. The benefits of mud baths are allegedly numerous. The heat of the mud helps to increase blood flow and stimulate the immune system, while the minerals in the mud are believed to have a range of healing properties. Mud baths are also said to help detoxify the body, ease muscle pain and tension, and promote a healthy skin.
Okay, there's your mud bath. There's your mud bath shit. Where's my fucking Snoot Game OST? Did we go through the whole thing? Holy shit, we went through the whole thing. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Whoopsies. Amberlight Brilliance. Once again. This new game OST got me feeling things. A lot of things at a second's notice. It's like ringing the bell. Pilk is just low-cost ice cream float. Mudbath voice as a treat. Perfect timing on the song. Would love a steam shower sauna setup in my house. That would be pretty nice, yeah. Sauna visit 15-minute in 100 degree, then jump into cold water pool for 2 minutes, then chill for 15 minutes. Repeat the whole process 3 times. That doesn't sound bad. Anyone who puts ice in straight milk, there is something seriously wrong with you. I should say you shouldn't go wallowing in a random mud puddle. But what about the treat? Opposite of treat is mistreat, gentlemen. What is this sage-ass voice? Is this Sage voice? No, that is not Sage voice. Ben voiceover. Sage ASMR. Suddenly feel uncomfortable about mud. This isn't Ben. It's not nasally enough. This is Sage. I don't even know. I didn't even do a Sage voice before, so I don't know what the fucking Sage voice is on my end. I'm just gonna go like grab fucking Lone V by his ponytail and bring him over and do like point at him and say, "Do Sage now." Warm mud baths or cold mud baths? Warm mud bath. Thanks for the treat, human tomato. Sage never made it as a cook. Had to do voiceover for shit documentaries. My day is filled with joy. What the actual fuck? Ice and milk? I do that. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, fuck you, Jake. Fuck you. Freeze the milk for milk cubes. I'm gonna kill some of you motherfuckers. Guy talking about ice and milk is bad has never heard of a milkshake. Yeah, hey, guess what, Vibes? That's a fucking milkshake. It's not ice and milk. Don't you fucking come in here doing that shit. Never apologize, never goon. Hey guys, you want to like get to the chapters that we're reading tonight? You think it's time we read maybe? I kind of feel like it's probably time to read. Look, ice cold milk is fucking good. I agree, but not when you have to use ice. Humo reads crazy. Unfortunately, the stream title does say I read, you listen. So I kind of have to do it. Milk is one of those things you just drink, and putting it in milk makes it even... I don't like you. Looks at suspiciously milk-shaped vise. You don't nurse milk. There's no timer. Fuck this. I'm gonna go get my water. You guys do whatever you need to do, and then we're gonna get to the fucking chapter, alright? Because I've already downed like half of this thing. Talk about milking a topic. Those messages were provided to you by Twitch Chat. Twitch Chat. The people that give me money. Alright, let me go ahead and pause that. God, you guys are still going on about the milk thing, huh? If milk is so bad, why did I enjoy sucking on my GS titties so much, huh? Twitch chat, where the cool fans go to watch, where the normal people are, apparently. Okay. Whew. I need to, recalibrate for a second. Okay. I'm good now. I'm good. Alright. What milk thing? Everybody talking about the fucking milk. That's what the milk thing is. Alright. So the plan is to try and read 2 chapters tonight. If for whatever reason I tank after 1 chapter, because I don't know why, but I just started yawning. I don't think I'll tank after 1 chapter, but we should be able to get to 2. But if for whatever reason we don't, I'll probably just do fucking 2 chapters tomorrow as well. Maybe I'll just do like 2 None in the Chamber nights. Who knows? Maybe the None in the Chamber boys get a little bit of a fucking reedy treat or some shit. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Sage moan. God damn it. Evil. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're already like an hour and a half into our fucking yap session. Okay. Adjust myself in the chair. Clear my throat a little bit. Alright. Here we go. So, like I said before, last chapter we left off. Anon was riding around with Simone to go do deliveries. As a way to try to get back on his good side after he snapped previously. So, they went around and they ended up at Mo's place. And as you might be able to put together, Anon's not exactly thrilled to meet Mo because he put his friend essentially behind bars. That being Ripley for the interrogation shit. So, he's reasonably shitting his pants right now. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the chapter. Chapter 16. Fearless Fear. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. Mo's standing completely fucking still. He doesn't respond to my greeting, nor does he react to Simone getting out of the car and approaching him. Just like with Samantha, I've never seen his eyes open. He was always squinting, so much so that it was basically impossible to see them. Now, they're open. Wide open. They're brown with a deep maroon tint. The emotions that linger in his face escape description. He opens his mouth and closes it. Then again, his head moves a little, so it's facing me full. There's surprise, shock, confusion, and many other things, all mingling, mixing, broiling on his face. But that's not what freezes both my body and my blood. It is a large part of it, of course, but it's nothing compared to his eyes. It starts with anger. A lot of it. A whole fucking truckload. A river, a volcano, bubbling, boiling over. Then, on the wave of this anger, from the depths of his eyes, comes out rage and fury. Both cold and vicious. This cocktail of emotion radiating from those eyes alone is enough for my breath to catch and make me choke on my own spit. He's trembling. It's barely visible at first, but then, as the anger and rage well up inside him, the shivering intensifies. Starts with his tiny hands and spreads, first to his arms, then down and up his back, until he's shaking all over, as if he's in the clutches of a terrible fever. It's a rapid change. Doesn't take longer than it takes Simone to reach him, which is but a couple of steps for him. But for me, it felt like hours, hell, days, weeks, years. A growl rises up in Mo's throat, a word that I can't hear, but the one I can feel. My whole body vibrates as it passes through me. It's comparable to hitting that spot on your elbow and your forearm goes numb, but for the whole fucking body. Someone stops some distance from him. He tensed up. He asks Mo something I don't catch. Mo ignores him and keeps staring at me. Slowly, he draws his lips back an inch by excruciating inch. He bares his fangs down to his gums. Lets out a long, deep, angry hiss, like a huge, agitated snake. He makes a step towards the car, towards me. Simone steps in between us. The look on his face, the sounds he makes, his posture. When he finally breaks out of the stupor brought on by the sight of me, makes me start, cower, and hide inside the car, grabbing my head, muttering incomprehensibly to myself. I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold. My breathing is catching, I'm trembling. My heart beats fast, very fast. Just a little more and it'll crack my ribs. What is he doing here, Simone? Do you have any bloody idea what that son of a bitch had done? He's staying at my house, Simone replies with the firmness of a mountain. He's helping me. At your house? Another growl. I double over. Tears well up in my eyes. I push my hands harder against my temples. Simone is saying something to Mo. Mo is saying something back. I can't discern the words. There's buzzing in my ears, like a swarm of bees or wasps. God, oh God, God. Sounds of an argument. The humming of blood rushing through my head drowns out the buzzing somewhat. My breath is short. My heart hadn't ever beaten as fast as it does now. I'm hot, I'm cold. I'm hot, I'm cold. The door slams shut. A moment of silence. Mo is shouting something. Sounds absolutely fucking livid. Still can't discern the words. The hum and buzzing, the thundering. It's drowning everything out. Take me home, Simone. I can feel my lips moving, but I can't hear the words. I want to go home. Go home. The car is moving. We're driving off. It takes me a minute or two to realize that I'm not hearing Mo's shouts anymore. It takes me another to realize that the car has stopped, and that Simone had put his hand on me. He's rubbing my back in slow, gentle for him at least, strokes. I shiver and cower under every stroke. I expect him to shout, to scream, to kick me out of the car and leave me here to fend for myself. Who knows what he heard from Mo? Fuck, I deserve to be abandoned. My parents had good sense to do so. I'm a failure. I fuck up everything I put my hands to, be it helping my friends or taking care of the girl given to me by fate. I'm sorry. I mumble, hiding my face in my hands. I'm sorry, Thing. I'm sorry. Azur, help me read. Fuck. I put my finger in my mouth and bite down. Someone grabs my hand. I tense up. He's gonna hit me. He's gonna hit me after what Mo told him. But the pain never comes. Instead, with a surprising gentleness, he takes my hand away from my mouth before I can bite hard enough to pierce the skin. I sit completely still, too overwhelmed to fight back. No te hagas daño así, chavo, he mutters, and then, realizing I can't understand him, he speaks again, in English this time. Don't do that. He He lifts my hand up. I can feel his fingers moving around on it. You'll hurt yourself. I hurt others. Might as well be thorough. I mutter, angry at myself and surprised at how gentle he is. Don't say such things. Someone puts my hand on my lap and puts his hand on my chest. Then, with a gentle push, he makes me sit up straight. He grimaces, seeing my face. Oh dear, there's un desastre. I turn to the window and start seeing a pale, set face glaring at me with open eyes. Wide open, fearful eyes and a trembling jaw. Tears trickle down its cheeks. My cheeks. It's my face. I'm sorry. I shield my eyes and lean forward. I'm sorry. Can we go home? Please, I want to lie down. Simon says nothing. He sits still and silent for a moment, then starts the engine. The drive to the farm passes by in complete silence. No music, no conversation. Only the rumble of the engine and of the wheels rolling on the asphalt. It's early evening by the time we arrive at the farm. I don't move when Simone shuts off the engine and leaves the car. I stay completely still, trembling, reeling from the encounter with Fang's uncle. His words boom in my head like a cannon shot, echoing louder and louder, drowning out my thoughts. You have any bloody idea what that son of a bitch had done? The moment I shut my eyes, his snarling face flashes before me. I open my eyes with a soft gasp. Another vengeful spirit to look out for. The image lingers in my mind for a long while. Then, out of the sudden, most snarling mug morphs into Naomi's ruined face. She's laughing. Then she turns serious and glares at me. Her only remaining eye flashes. You just made her worse, she shouts. Then she smiles. But does it matter? I don't care. I'm dead. She starts laughing. Fang killed me. That laughter grows louder and louder and louder. It echoes, bouncing around in my head, feeding each other, becoming more and more distorted until everything melds into a maddening, deafening cacophony. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry! Anon! Car doors open. Rose is holding me by the shoulders. She's looking at me with wide open eyes, filled with shock and worry. Behind her stands Marisa, with an expression that's a perfect mirror of Rose's. On the porch, I could see Rose's siblings, all watching me with wide open eyes. Amongst them, I see her grandma, holding her rosary in both hands. My mouth is open. My thighs and knees hurt. Was I screaming? I think I was. I think I was punching myself as well. I take a deep, shuddering breath and blink. My eyes are wet. Great. I was crying too. Fantastic. I'm sorry, I murmur. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I gently shake Rose's hands off and make a move to get out of the car. My knees buckle and I fall into the gravel. Pain, very sharp pain in my face and head. I groan. Rush of footsteps. Someone's turning me on my back and picking me up. It's Felipe and Moises. Marisa is shouting them in Spanish. They're carrying me somewhere. Where? I do not know, nor do I care. Maybe they'll carry me out into the road and throw me into a ditch. After everything I did, I deserve that. No, they're carrying me inside the house. I catch the sound of the car door slamming shut. I ruined everything. I mutter as the two lay me down onto the couch. I look at Marisa. You were supposed to go visit your family and I... Shh. She gives me a quiet but firm hiss. I shut up. Philippe and his brother are staring at me as if they're seeing me for the first time in their lives. She turns to them and almost pushes them out of the room. The door slams shut.
Rosa, el botequín.
I hear Mauricio on my right.
En el baño.
After a moment of stillness, she hisses,
¿Por qué me miras, niña? Muévete.
Footsteps, rushing out of the room, through the kitchen. Soon they come rushing back. Marisa and her daughter get to work on me. I don't remember anything from that, outside a lot of burning and curses, muttered by the mother in a trembling voice. After they're done, they hoist me up into a sitting position. Simone, who entered while I was being patched up, sits in an armchair beside it. Marisa stands behind him, covering her eyes with her hand and shaking her head. Rosa's holding my hand, her eyes dewy, her jaw quivering.
Why?
Marisa asks. Why what? I mutter. My voice is hoarse. Must be all the screaming I did.
Why did you not tell us that things were this bad?
She lets her hand fall.
And even if you did not trust us.
Her voice faltering. It's like a spike driven through my heart. I slump, hanging my head and concentrating on the floor. It's some nice wood grain. Very nicely varnished too. Lovely floor. That's it. I'm admiring the woodwork. That's all there is to it.
If you did not trust us, Marisa continues, you should have at least told us, anything about this to Dr. Violet.
I swallow. What should I say? That I'm a piece of shit? That I do not deserve their kindness and hospitality? If I were part of their family, I would understand that, but I'm not. And after this, I may not even be part of their household for long. I don't know. Put my hand over my face. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm sorry. First I scream at you and Rosa, and now I sigh heavily and lift my head. I look at her. She's looking at me with tears glistening in her eyes. She's hurt. Really hurt. Fuck. All the fucking time I hurt someone. Alone. That's what I deserve to be. At least that way I won't hurt anyone but myself. If you decide to put me back into the ward, She smites the back of Simone's chair, which makes him jump and makes me stumble on my words. She's angry now. Fuck, yep. That's what I'm good at. Pissing people off and hurting them. I should start packing my bags. Maybe I'll make it for the last bus to Skin Row.
No, haremos tal cosa.
Marisa shouts. She turns to her husband, who's looking up at her from his chair.
Simón, di algo, por el amor de Dios.
She tosses her hands up, then turns around. The feelings of shame, embarrassment, and guilt that flood my heart the moment I hear her soft sobbing are beyond words. I want to stand up, go over to her, apologize, comfort her. But I don't move a muscle. Simone's gaze pins me in place like a bug on a display case. You will stay with us, he sighs and rubs his jaw. We will not abandon you, like your old family. I grimace a bit, remembering how that went. Rosa squeezes my hand. I don't look at her. My eyes are locked with Simone's. He leans forward in his chair, his face again like a stone mask. There's no anger or irritation in his eyes this time. There's sadness in there instead. My father used to say, Simone pauses, recalling the words from memory, if you will not take care of your own, nobody will. He points at me. You are one of our own, none, for good and for bad. He sinks back into his chair. At this moment, he reminds me of Ripley. In a good sense. Man of the house, head of the family. Firm as a rock, steady as a mountain. Caring, loving. I hang my head low to hide my tears. I don't know what to say. Start by apologizing for your dishonesty, Simone says, and promising to never keep secrets from us again. Marisa, pierda. He reaches out and touches her. She turns around. I look at her. Her eyes are wet and red from tears. God damn it. I'm just squeezing my hand pretty damn hard now. I give her a quick glance, then gently pry her hand off mine as I stand up. I turn to her parents. I apologize for not being honest with you. I promise you, on all that's good and holy, that this will not happen again. Get ready to tell Marisa about your army plans as soon as possible then, the voice warns me. Good fucking moment you picked to speak up, Conscience. Fang isn't pregnant. This will not come to pass. Leave me the fuck alone for now. When I'm alone, you can pester me. Not now. No nos ocultes de dolor, niño. Marisa walks over and puts her hands on my shoulders. ¿No entiendes? Dolor means pain. Yeah. Rest of the sentence is easy to guess. I won't, I say, looking her in the eyes. I promise you, I won't. She sighs and puts her arms around me. I stand for a moment, still and awkward. Then, I put my arms around her. She sniffles into my ear. Her heart is pounding against her chest. And this reminds me of that day at the hospital. Who's consoling who here, though? We separate. Marisa looks at Simone and nods. She then looks at Rosa behind me and nods again. Then, she returns to her spot beside her husband's armchair. They both look at me. You will tell Dr. Violet everything, Simone says. I nod. Go to your room, niño, he orders. Me and Marisa have something to discuss. Rosa? He looks at her and then at me. Help him get up the stairs. We leave the room. I expected to see all of Rosa's siblings crowding around the door, but they're nowhere to be found. There's only Sophia, sitting on a chair, deep in prayer. Hearing the door open, she lifts her eyes and looks at me. She slowly shakes her head and doesn't say a word. Rosa leads me back to my room. There, she helps me sit down and then stays a moment, staring at me with a glimmer of hurt and anger in her eyes. She whispers something, too quietly for me to understand. I say nothing. She stays for a long moment, then sighs, turns on her heels, and leaves. And the door clicks shut. I'm left alone now. Below, I can hear the voices of Marisa, Simone, and Sophia discussing something in Spanish. I pay them no mind. I'm tired. So fucking tired. But I have one more thing I have to do before I sleep. I get up, drop to my knees, put my hands together, and start to pray. This prayer lasts some time. How long, I can't say. Over its course, I hear the debate below die down. A sort of tense silence falls on the house, broken by the sounds of footsteps. I hear Rosa's voice, so muffled by the door separating us that I can't discern the words. She sounds angry, though. And sad. She's on the verge of tears, actually. Breathe. Keep hurting your friends and people who obviously care for you. If you keep this up, you'll become a pariah, like the Trigger. Only have each other for company then. The words of the prayer gradually die on my lips. Slowly, I come to a stop and just kneel in complete silence and stillness. Stare at the wall, listening to Rosa talk to someone over the phone. There's a lot of hissing and something that sounds like cursing. I cringe when I hear her phone hit the floor. Did she drop it or did she throw it? Huh? Pat my pocket and fish out my phone. Incoming call. Stella. Oh, no. I can't handle anything more today. Fuck. The phone keeps buzzing. I stare blankly at the screen, fighting against both the urge to decline the call and to accept it. I set it down on the bed and put my hands together again. Gluing my eyes to the wall before me, I start to whisper the prayer for Nazar, Naomi, and the other poor sods who died. Please leave me alone. Huh. Worked. I sigh and pick up the prayer where I left off. I don't get far. I ignore it. At least I try to. The phone keeps buzzing, and I keep not accepting the call. It's pig-headed and plain retarded, but I can't. I just can't bring myself to pick it up after I set the phone down. I look at the screen. 1 missed call. 2, 3, 4, 5. She won't let me slip away. You could just put the phone in airplane mode, but that'll only make things worse. Fucking swell. With a beating heart, I pick up the phone and accept the call. Hello?
Oh, you finally found the time to pick up.
Stella's shout is loud enough for my ear to ring. I lean away from the phone, grimacing. Damn, I never heard her this angry. Come to think of it, she was never angry at all. At least when I was around. She was always bubbly and cheerful. I guess even the nice ones have their limits.
Rose is crying because of you. You...
She pauses, choking from anger. She snorts and hisses.
You dick!
I...
Shut up!
She shouts. Footsteps in the background, very quick footsteps. She must be pacing back and forth in her room or something.
You lied for weeks, and now you're running from us?
Lie? Fucking excuse me? I did not lie to you, I protest. When the fuck did I lie to either you, Rosa, or Reed after I was let out of the ward?
You didn't tell us things were this bad, Anon.
She's not shouting anymore. She's speaking with cool, focused composure. Honestly, I preferred when she was yelling. The calmness makes my stomach clench.
We promised each other that we won't keep such things secret.
I didn't know shit would get this bad this quickly, I explained. It's been, like, what? A week and a half since we hung out with Trish? I get up and sit on the bed. The next day, when I was going back from therapy, I saw Nazar's car parked in the yard. I described to her what happened then. I also tell her of the visit to the prison, but I don't go into details on that, as it's not important. She's angry initially and doesn't believe me, but calms down a lot as I keep going. By the end of that little take, she's silent. Rosa didn't tell you? I ask her. She sighs.
No.
I see. I rub my forehead and rest my back against the wall. You see, shit got worse from that day. I was having nightmares about the shooting, but those went away for a time. She gasps. Before she can go on another angry tirade about my secrecy, which, yeah, is well deserved, I interrupt her. Please, hear me out first, Stella. Then you can shoo me out.
Fine, she grumbles, but you better talk fast.
I nod, more to myself than to her. Well, I won't tell you what those nightmares are. It's bad. All I'll say is that I'm seeing Nazar and Naomi in those dreams. and the rest of the people who died. Another gasp. Bed creaking. She sat down. Smart. You do want to sit down for this. But, as I said, those went away for a time. Then, after I saw Nazar's car, it all came back. The nightmares and so much more. Shiver again, passing my hand down my face. It's all been downhill from there. Stella says nothing for a long while. Then, with a long, quiet, tense sigh, she moves. The bed creaks again. The pillow rustles. "So quickly?" she says. "Yes." I raise my head and stare at the ceiling. I'm fucking falling apart, Stella. I don't want to go insane. I close my eyes. Naomi and Nazar are staring at me. Make my eyes shoot wide open immediately. What do I do? I whispered desperately. What do I do?
You have a therapist, right?
Rose's dad told me what I'll do tomorrow. I don't want to go back to the ward, Stella. I shiver, gritting my teeth. What if my doctor decides on it? She shifts in her bed.
You won't know until you try. It's bad juju to keep it all bottled up, she sighs. You have us too, remember? Me, Rosa, Reed, heck, maybe even Trish?
No, not Trish. I shake my head vehemently.
Not Trish, then, she agrees. Remember, Hanon, you are not alone. Don't make yourself think so.
I sigh, very heavily. All right. I pause to think. Thank you, Stella. She shifts around again.
Please don't keep secrets from us, she requests. All right?
I won't. She grumbles under breath.
You better not. I'll have Rosa beat you up if you do. Sleep well, Anon.
You too, Stella. She hangs up. I keep the phone pressed to my ear for a moment before letting my hand fall onto the bed. I turn and, dragging my feet onto the bed and putting my chin on my knees, stare into the dark window, listening to the wind and sounds of the night. Life is fucking beautiful, isn't it? I mutter angrily. Monday routine. Wake up 5:30 in the morning, eat breakfast with the family, get into the car, and go to the hospital. That's how it usually went. Today, though, no one wakes me up. I wake up on my own at 5 in the morning. There are muffled sounds of activity below, sounds of cooking, footsteps, voices. As I lie in my bed, staring at the wall and listening, I wonder how many of those voices are talking about me, or what happened last night. For all I know, Rose's whole family hates me now. Something I'll find out as soon as I leave the room. Thought alone is enough to make me grimace and cringe. Would they be wrong for that? I didn't trust them enough. For these people, trust is extremely important. Did Simone tell Marisa about my plans concerning the military? I hope not, but if he did, I wouldn't hold it against him. I didn't hear her cry anymore last night, so maybe he kept it to himself. While it's a relief, it'd be a cold comfort in case Fang does turn out to be pregnant. It's odd, now that I think about it. Don't they have doctors at the prison? She should have been able to do a pregnancy test. Why didn't she say anything when I visited her? Maybe she didn't want to, with her mother being near and all.
Anon, Chico, get up.
It's Marisa. She sounds like her usual self, calm and cheerful. God, just thinking about her crying last night makes me feel like a piece of shit. It's been run over by a truck. I stretch, then sit up and mask my sigh with a yawn. The door clicks open. Do I dare to look at her? Don't be a pussy. Face the reality you created. God damn it, conscience. Fine. I look back at her. She's calm. She's even smiling a little. I rub my eyes. Man, I'm really fucking sleepy. Barely awake, more like. God damn it. Been knocking on my door for the past few minutes. Really reminds me of someone. Yeah, I'm getting up, Mom. I mutter absent-mindedly, turning away from her and scratching my chest. A gasp. Step back. It takes my half-sleeping brain a good long moment to process and realize what I just said. Shit. Sorry. I rub my face, letting out a groan into my hands. Sorry, I'm half awake. I didn't mean to say that. I look back at her. There's a weird look in her eyes. She's as confused as I am, that's certain. But she doesn't look like she minds my slip-up all that much.
It's alright, Hanon.
She flicks her wrist.
Get up now. You're leaving for the hospital soon.
Fuck, this is so awkward. Why did I call her Mom? Hanon, you fucking idiot. Alright, calm down. Be cool. Play it off. Alright, I say, still looking at her. Can you, close the door, please? She nods and steps out of the room. The door clicks. I get out of bed, get dressed, and head downstairs. The family, as usual, greets me with a mixture of English and Spanish. Sit into an empty chair and chow down. Maurice is watching me throughout the whole meal. What's with that look? She's paying more attention to me than any other of her children. Who knows what she's thinking now? Maybe she's thinking I'm some weirdo creep or some shit. Good job, Anon. Keep digging that hole. Your head is barely sticking out over the edge. You can still go deeper, little man. When time comes for me to go, both Simone and Rosa get up. I stop and look at her, then at her father. The rest of the family doesn't seem to care or mind that Rosa's accompanying me today. I turn to Simone for an explanation. I'll explain on the way to the hospital. Simone says, come. We leave the dining room, get into the car, and start our drive towards Volcadera. So, what's this about, Simone? Me and Rosa will have a talk with your doctor, Anno. Simone explains, not looking at me. About what happened yesterday. And last week, when you saw Samantha's car. As well as those nightmares you've been having. He looks down at me. I almost recoil when he mentions the nightmares. I look at Rosa. She gives me a blank stare. She doesn't look surprised at what her dad just said. Stella must have told her. We arrive at the hospital. Me, Rosa, and Simone are all let into the ward. Rosa sticks close to her dad. We arrive at Violet's office without being bothered by anyone. She's not surprised seeing the two behind me, but she tells them to wait outside until she's done with me. I sit down on the couch. Heart's already racing, and so is my mind.
Mr. Arias Cazella called me yesterday.
Violet sits down in the chair, fitting a sheet of paper into the pad. I nod. Makes sense. Staff wouldn't let him in without earlier notice.
He told me that he wants to discuss something with me, something important.
She looks at me.
And that it concerns something you want to talk about today.
I shift in my seat, grabbing my knee, start rocking slowly, back and forth. Already my face is tense, and I'm dripping with sweat. Another panic attack or just my usual trepidation? I'm not sure myself, but I can't just sit here and rock myself like a severely autistic child. I need to speak up or someone will do it for me. That's something I don't want. He means well, but when he gets angry, he can get heated in his words. Packing my bags and meeting my new playmates at Block B is not high on my agenda at the moment.
Hanon, is everything okay?
No. I chuckle bitterly and nervously. My voice goes from a murmur to a shout to a wild scream. No. Nothing's okay. Nothing's okay. Nothing is okay. Throw my hands up into the air. She jumps, leaning back a little, then stares at me for a couple seconds. I use that short time to get somewhat of a grip on myself. I can't start acting like a lunatic now. They'll sedate me and put me in a straitjacket. I can cry, I can scream, sure. But not so loud. Not so violently. Sorry, I murmur, rubbing my lips with the edge of my hand. It's that... Since our last session... My voice falters and I fall silent. Let me start from the beginning. I tell her everything. About the nightmares, about how the sight of Nazar's car affected me, how the nightmares had returned, how I started to freeze whenever I'm being shouted at, about what happened yesterday, all of it. She listens to me in complete silence, too surprised and shocked to really say anything. At least, in the very beginning. Then when I start describing the nightmares, she starts questioning me. She demands information, every single last bit I can remember from those dreams. I give it to her. Every single last disgusting, gory detail. And you tell me those nightmares started before your discharge from here, she demands after I'm done speaking. Why did you not tell me about them then? I hide my face in my hands, nearly doubled over. I stay like this, silent and unmoving, trembling and fearful. Why didn't I tell her? I wanted to leave this fucking place. That's why. Those dreams went away for a time. I thought I was getting better with all the support from my friends, the pills I've been taking, but no. I sit up straight and look her in the eyes. It only got worse. Tell me. So, I keep talking. I yap, and yap until my tongue is sore. She only stops me when I arrive at the description of my freakouts. None in particular grabs her attention. What interests her is the whole package. After I'm done describing my episode from yesterday, she spends a couple minutes reading and rereading her notes. She finally looks at me, sighs, and puts the doc pad down. There's a glint of disbelief and compassion in her eyes. More of the latter than the former, but the fact that the former is still there makes me incredibly uneasy and uncomfortable. I wriggle in my seat like a worm on a hook, trying to keep my breath steady and my face straight. Don't show weakness. If you make a slip up now, you'll surely end up in Block B. Please leave my office and call in Mr. Kazala and his daughter. She beckons to the door. I'll call you in here after we're done. I stand up, nod, and with weak, trembling legs, I stumble towards the door. The moment I open it, Simone and Rosa get up. A couple seconds passes in silence between us, during which we only look at each other. Finally, I gather enough strength to speak. Dr. Violet wants to talk to you. I get out and take Rosa's seat while she and her father get inside. I hide my face in my hands, gripping it hard enough to hurt. I bend over, resting my elbows on my thighs. My mouth is dry as pepper. My eyes hurt, but they're not dewy. My head's throbbing. The anxiety crushes my chest in a tight ring. My legs are trembling, and I feel like screaming, howling like a banshee. What's gonna happen to me now? Will I finally end up in the real loony bin? Will they lock me up in a padded cell? Will I truly go schizo mode, rambling to myself and screaming apologies at phantoms conjured by my own mind? Minutes drag on and on. There isn't even a clock on the wall, and I don't want to move to check the time on my phone. In the distance, I hear the quiet din of the voices and soft clapping of hospital slippers. The vengeful spirits keep their distance for now. No Nazar, no Naomi. The rest of the victims are absent as well. Guess they got bored with torturing me for now. Anon, what's wrong? Why are you sitting here alone? I stir. A bit. I don't lift my head. I can't let him see my face. Hey, Doc, I mutter. I'm just waiting to be called in. How's your daughter? Evan sits next to me. I can feel his eyes on me. I don't need to see his face to know the expression it bears. Worry, concern, maybe a bit of curiosity. But worry, most of all. Trish is doing well, he pauses. But you are not. No shit, Doc. I grumble angrily. You should get a Nobel Prize for that discovery. No need to be snarky. He snorts softly. I've never seen you like this. What's going on? I don't answer. It's my turn to ask a question now. What are you doing here, Doc? I grumble. I was returning from Dr. Candace's office. We were discussing your progress in therapy. He explains. I laugh bitterly. His shoes squeak on the floor. You'll have a hell of a lot more to discuss very soon, then. What? His voice sounds closer. He leaned over. Why? You'll see. I squeeze my face harder. You see, The door opens. Alan, come. Simon says. Good morning, Dr. Jones. I let go of my face and get up. There I am. Convict, heading for the gallows. Oh, Fang. Write a song about me after I've gone into the loony bin, locked in for the rest of my days. Goodbye, beautiful world. Goodbye. Simon's holding the door open for me. I slip past him and take a seat on the couch next to Rosa. He closes the door and stands beside the couch with his arms crossed. I look at Rosa. Her eyes are full of tears. Shit. Fuck! Anon. I turn from Rosa to Dr. Violet. She's looking at me with her hands together on her thighs. I want to discuss further steps regarding your therapy. She turns to Rosa. Miss Gazala, could you please leave? These matters are meant for the ears of Mr. Mouse and your father only. Rosa nods, then slowly, stiffly, gets up and walks to the door. She's gone. My doctor turns back to me. She looks me in the eyes for several seconds before speaking. Anon, you are suffering from a post-traumatic stress disorder. I blink. I open my mouth. I don't know what to say, though. Should I ask her to explain it? That's idiotic. She'll do it now. Maybe I should tell her it's ridiculous? Only soldiers get PTSD. And cops. I'm just a kid that went through some tough shit, but to come to that conclusion? It's preposterous. Are you sure? I ask after a moment of airing my mouth like a retard. I'm quite sure of it, she nods. The symptoms described by you, Mr. Gazella, and her daughter line up. And given the traumatic nature of the experiences you've had over the past couple months, I'm certain that you're indeed suffering from PTSD. I grab my head, then I shake it and laugh. What's so funny? She asks. PTSD? Are you serious? I look at her. So, what? It just turned on a long time after all this shit happened? She doesn't laugh. Doesn't even smirk. She's looking at me with certainty and firmness which quell my bitter mirth and shut me up. Anon, that condition can turn on. She makes the quotation marks gesture with her fingers. Years after the events it's tied to. It can lay dormant for a long time. I rub my dome. She's the doctor. I don't know shit about psychiatry. You don't look convinced. I snort and shake my head. What the hell warrants such a diagnosis? I look her in the eyes. She sighs, closes her eyes, and rubs her jaw with her palm, deep in thought. A moment of hemming and hawing later, she looks at me. PTSD is
turned on by a number of factors coming together, she begins. It all starts with a traumatic event.
Of course. She ignores me and keeps talking.
Suffering additional stress after that event plays a big role in the development of this ailment. Loss of a loved one, grief, fear, injury, anxiety, lack of support, she speaks, tapping her finger on the palm of her hand with each point raised. As she enumerates, the whole thing becomes less and less ridiculous and starts making more and more sense. I stare at her, my eyes growing wider and wider as the realization dawns on me. Most of the latter ones were self-inflicted. Fuck. Did I really dig myself into this with my pig-headedness? But I got support from Reed and Rose and Stella soon after. I protest. You are forgetting the treatment at the hands of Ripley Aaron, she points out. Everything you suffered at his hands ties in with the shooting at Volcano High. I grab my head. I swallow hard. Then, give a slow, shaky sigh. A large, strong hand lands on my shoulder. I look back. Simone looks down at me. I give a weak smile. He nods and gently squeezes me. It also ties to your mood swings and outbursts of anger, Violet adds. We both look at her, giving her our full attention. Simone squeezes me a bit tighter. For example, the incident involving the daughter and wife of Mr. Casella. She nods at Simone. The anger you directed at them stems from your hate towards Ripley Aaron. Of course, it's not a free pass, she nods at Simone again. But I hope you will understand, Mr. Casella, that Anon didn't mean what he said at that moment. He lost control of himself. Simone gives a loud, thoughtful murmur. I can feel his eyes on the back of my head. He lets me go. Out of the corner of my eye, I see him with his arms crossed. What's important now is how we're going to help you regain this control. Oh, here it comes. She'll say it. You're coming back here. I will be changing your therapy program and your medication. Yep. Here it is. We will start with exposure therapy. I blink. What? I scratch my head. I thought you'd want me to come back here. She shakes her head, then glances over at Simone. There's no need. She turns back to me. Life on a farm, where you can keep yourself occupied and have support from others available, will do much more for you than staying in the ward, Anon. Trust me. She then explains what exposure therapy is. In my case, it's apparently watching videos of interrogations. Wonder if those will be of mine or someone else's. So it's something about conquering your fears, showing them to be ridiculous or something, I guess. I'm a psychiatrist. We will also need to start including group therapy in your therapy plan as soon as possible. She sighs, lowering her head slightly. If you had told me earlier, we would have done it already. I'm sorry. I was just afraid that you'll send me to special care. Block B is reserved for special case patients who need additional oversight, she explains. You were never in danger of being sent there, Anon. I can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Hank, fuck. Violet smiles a little, then turns serious. She again glances at Simone. Mr. Casalla, about the interrogation you mentioned. She pauses briefly to gather her thoughts, I think. I will forward my findings to Dr. Candace and Dr. Jones. They'll inform the FBI. So I won't have to testify? I perk up slightly. For the time being, no. She shakes her head. You will have to eventually, but we must first ensure that your mind is stable enough for it. She pauses again, rubs her snout with her finger and thumbs her chin. Now, if you could please leave, Anon. I want to discuss something with Mr. Casalla. I leave with a much lighter heart than when I went in. The sight of Rosa wiping her eyes is enough for it to sink in again. I sit down next to her. She doesn't move or say anything. Evan's gone. He probably went back to Candace to await Violet's report.
God damn, he's such a good fucking doctor. Too bad his daughter is such a bitch. Rosa, I turn to Rosa.
Just don't be stupid anymore,
She mutters.
that's all I'm asking.
Okay. I sigh. Her father leaves Violet's office not long after. We follow him out of the ward and head outside. On the way back home, I learned that I will be going to group therapy next week. Sweet. I'll have time to visit Fang then. I even know how to apply for it on my own. It's piss easy, but the wait time can be pretty long. Fang isn't getting a lot of visitors though, so I don't think that would be a problem. But we shall see. The fateful Wednesday came and went. No one called for me. No one came to bear me away to the offices of the FBI. The only indication of that day bearing any significance was a phone call Simone got in the middle of me and his sons loading the truck up with fresh produce. He stepped away for a while and talked with the other person in a hushed voice. He then went back into the house while me, Philippe, and Moises kept ourselves busy with the produce. He came out of the house soon after, and I took his post back, as if nothing had happened. When I asked him about it later, when we were doing our usual route, he told me it was the feds, proposing an alternative solution to the problem. That is something I'll have to discuss with Dr. Violet and Candace, though, he told me. It concerns them as much as it does you. I didn't ask for the details. Didn't need to know, nor did I want to, honestly. I'd find them out in due time. What mattered to me was that I did not need to testify that day. Our delivery routes don't include dino mows anymore. Another thing ruined by me to add to the pile. It's been growing steadily since I came to the city, and something tells me that this won't stop for a long time. Simone says nothing, but I know he's angry that he lost such a lucrative customer all because of me. When I tried bringing the topic up, though, he shut me down real quick. You just don't cut a long-time business partner off because of a personal dislike, he told me. You made mistakes, but from what I've seen from you, you've been working to rectify them. Leave and forgive. That's a motto Mo could learn. Wouldn't hurt him, that's for sure. Him taking my side surprised me, but I guess I made a good enough impression on him for him to take a liking to me. You're one of our own, Anon, for good and bad. Guess he's really sticking to that, huh? It's nice of him. Really, really fucking appreciate it. He's Lucy's uncle, and he interrupted me. If he had any sense in that big head of his, he handed me a crate of tomatoes. He talked to Samantha and hear for himself how hard you've been trying to fix your mistakes when it comes to his niece. Tonterías, chavo. He grumbled. On Friday, I learned that my first group therapy will take place on Monday next week. Cool. Rest of the week went by both quickly and uneventfully, if I'd exclude Philippe forcing me to help him out with his car. It's fun, but also tedious. He treats his car like a hen does her chicks. If I'd make too sudden of a move around it, he'd start shouting at me. Moises' fuck up made him really testy. But he mellowed out over the weekend, at least a little bit. He still hadn't got the headlights for the car. Do wonder how long it'll take him to find a set for a reasonable price. Much longer than a week, that's for sure. Finally, Sunday comes, and it goes by very quickly. I lie down in the evening, plunging neck deep into the world of Dragon Ball, musing over what this whole group therapy business will look like. Tried calling Trish to talk about it, but she's been declining my calls the whole week. Thought of calling her dad and asking him, but quickly gave up on the idea. No point in bothering him with such petty bullshit. Marisa peeks into the room.
Go to sleep, niño,
she tells me. Not a child, Marisa. I lift my head and look at her. She snorts and steps into the room proper. She's leaning forward, hands on her hips, a smirk on her face. I lean away from her a bit.
You're as old as my oldest daughter, she smirks. You are a child to me. Go to bed. You're getting up early tomorrow.
I'll finish this chapter and then go to sleep, I mutter, more to myself than her.
All right, mijo.
She gives me a prolonged look.
Good night.
Good night, Marisa. Then mutter absent-mindedly. She leaves. What does mijo mean anyway? Probably some slang word. I'll ask Rosa later. Volcadero Mental Wellness Center. To be honest, I expected something bigger. More grand. Instead, it's a bland, rectangular building, squeezed in between the others that surround the plaza. On our way, Simone told me that there used to be a fish processing plant here at one point. It's been over 100 years ago, though. It burned down, he says as we walk down the plaza. It's pretty empty at this time of day. Or it was torched during one of the workers' riots. Not sure. My padre never took much interest in going on the other coast. Either way, the plant was moved elsewhere, while the plaza remained. It's now a fashionable meeting spot. We enter the building. The reception area is small, clean, brightly lit and neatly furnished with the most expensively cheap wooden furniture money can buy. There are some dinos sitting on the benches and chairs. Some read the old magazines littering the table near the front desk. Others sit with their snouts in their phones. Our destination doesn't lay here, but on the top floor. We take the stairs. The climb is short. As soon as I set my feet on the top floor, I hear the ding of the elevator. I turn my head to look and freeze for a moment. Trish steps out. Just like me, she stops. She stands right in front of the elevator for a long moment. Poor Dino, Ankylosaur twice her size and age, jostles her aside with a nasty scowl. Most of the passengers pay her no mind. She pays no heed to either the scowl of the Ankylo or the murmurs of the others, instead opting to look at me in silent amazement.
What are you doing here?
She demands after the surprise subsides. I'm here for therapy. I shrug. What are you doing here? I point at her.
The same as you, Skinny.
She looks up at Simone, who's silently eyeing her. She then quickly looks away. I look back at Rosa's dad. He's glaring at Trish with an air of a father who's just been insulted. I know that air. My old man felt insulted by a lot of things, mainly by the beliefs of other people not lining up with his own. It's cool, Simone. We're just bantering. I attempt to defuse this situation. The air of insult is gone. He looks at me. Well, you'll make it there on your own now. He nods towards the end of the corridor. Call me after it's done. I give him a thumbs up. He nods again, tosses one more glance at Trish, then walks down the stairs. Trish doesn't say a word until he's out of the earshot.
Man, what a scary dude.
She leans over to the baluster.
Who is he?
Rosa's dad. I shrug. What are you here for anyway? I start down the corridor. She follows, soon catching up to me.
Group therapy?
She looks up at me.
You?
Same. I narrow my eyes on her. Which room?
25.
Same as me. She snorts.
Great. We'll have to talk it out then.
I shrug again. What? Big, tough Triceratops is scared of opening her heart to a skinny bitch? I grin, seeing her blush and her eyes light up with annoyance. I think it's the word big that pisses her off the most. Good. She's a pint-sized ball of anger and contempt. I'm planning on taking all the pot shots I can get. But we're about to spend about an hour in a room together. Last thing I should do is antagonize her more than I did already. So I change the subject. Reed's in rehab, I tell her. I nod, seeing the surprise on her face. Yep. Been there for almost 2 months now. I visited him a bit over a week ago. She turns to me and grabs my shirt. Not like at the mall when she was pissed off. She's just loosely holding on to it. The look she gives me is curious, unspoken question lingering on her face. He knows that we are getting along, I tell her. She lets go of me and takes a step back. He's not nearly as pissed off as I thought he would be. She turns from me and starts walking. It's my turn to catch up, which isn't hard to do with how short her legs are.
Really?
She looks up at me.
He isn't mad.
She sounds hopeful. Too bad I'm here to dash those hopes aside, little trig. He is mad, I correct her. Just not as much as I expected. He didn't look mad, but he said he is. I rub the small of my back. I guess his therapy really is working. She looks down at her shoes, stuffing her hands deeper into her hoodie's pocket. Under the fabric, I can see her twinning her fingers, her hands wriggling in barely contained excitement. Her tail swishes from side to side, like the tail of an excited dog.
Really?
She smirks at her Yeezys.
Well, maybe there's hope for me and him.
She quickly lifts her head and meets my glare.
For a friendship, I mean.
She quickly adds,
I would never...
Right. I cut her off. I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. Her smile falters. The well-known expression of constipation and annoyance quickly takes its place, and she narrows her eyes.
Ow. Take your head out of your ass,
she grumbles. Need your own advice, I mutter, rubbing the spot where she swatted me. You torched that bridge, shelled it, then you napalm bombed the remains.
I know I'm longer than you, skinny.
I shrug. And I heard him say that he won't ever forgive you with my own ape ears, I tell her. Take that as you may. We stop. There's a small crowd in front of room 25. Amongst the group of indistinct dinos, there's a gray-blue Taro with green eyes, looking around with anxiety and fear, avoiding all physical contact. There's also an alligator in a wheelchair, around 3 years younger than us, looking both bored and sad. Huh. I've never seen a gator here, let alone one in a wheelchair. Who's that? I nod at the gator.
Who, her?
Trish glances at Miss Wheels.
Olivia. I've seen her a couple times.
I've never seen her. Trish rolls her eyes.
Of course you hadn't, dumbass.
She narrows her eyes at me.
She doesn't go to her school.
She looks back at Olivia.
She goes to some art school or some shit. St. Amand's, if I remember correctly.
I snort. Fuck me sideways and upside down. It's the 4th time I've heard of that school, and the 2nd it concerns someone else but me. I wonder if she knows the daughter of Dr. Longneck. Who cares? The door opens. Crowd starts flowing inside. We follow, staying at the outer edge of the group. Trish grabs my sleeve and pulls me aside. Room isn't large, and is devoid of the furniture, save for the 12 chairs arranged in a circle. There's one chair missing, a spot, into which Olivia promptly wheels herself. Trish plants herself into one of the chairs and forces me to take a seat next to her. Guess she was yearning for a familiar face in the pond of strangers. Not that I don't share her attitude, but she doesn't need to yank me around so damn hard. Bitch almost tore my cuff off. Damn, stop it. I nudge her with my elbow. Shirts don't grow in trees, you know.
Shut up, she growls, frowning. Be glad I didn't pull harder.
Wow. How very fucking benevolent of you, Trig. We bicker for a moment, until the soft din of voices around us dies down, and one of the people seated stands up. The person in question is a green Trudon, slightly over 30 years old, wearing a blue shirt and suit pants. He's got short, neatly combed yellow hair, and eyes of the same hue.
Welcome, everyone, to our Monday therapy session. I see that there are some newcomers joining us today, so allow me to introduce myself.
He bows slightly with one hand in his pocket.
I'm Dr. Edmund Fitzgerald. I'm a psychologist and the lead of the support group.
He looks at me. Fuck, I'm sitting right next to him.
What's your name?
He asks with a friendly smile.
I hadn't seen you here before.
I slowly get up, pushing the chair back with a loud rumble. I look around. Everyone's looking at me. Fuck, they're staring at me. waiting for me to say something. Unlike during my first day at school, though, I hear no whispers, nor do I feel the anxiety squishing me like a squeaky toy. I clear my throat. Showtime. Hi. I give a little wave. I'm Anon. The circle of dinos greets me with murmurs and curious looks. I look at Edmund. He nods at me with his hand. The friendly smile does not leave his face for a moment. Please, tell us a bit about yourself. I chuckle. I mean, I don't really have to. I look around. If you watch the news, then you know more than enough about me. Edmund sighs. We would like to hear something about you from your own mouth, Anon. He gives me a patient look. I rub my chin. I came here 5 months ago. A couple minutes later, I'm done talking. Edmund thanks me, asks me to sit down, and turns toward the tarot I'd noticed earlier. Upon noticing that our doctor is looking at him, the little guy starts and nearly jumps out of his seat. He looks around, trembling and shivering. Man, he looks as if he's about to either break down into tears or fly into a fit of blind rage. I'm Greg, he stammers out. My friends, they call me Green. He pauses for a long, long moment. I don't have anything to say about myself. Sits back down. Edmund sighs and beckons at Greg to get up again. We would like to get to know you better, Gregory, he says, smiling at him both warmly and calmingly. Fine, he says, growing a bit agitated. His eye twitches. I like survival, I guess. Trips into the wilds and such things. Edmund waits, expecting him to speak further. When that doesn't happen, he beckons at him to sit down. All right, he looks around, unfazed by the tarot oddball. Who shall start first? Olivia, how was your week? The gator wheels herself forward a bit. She looks around, her eyes stopping at me for a couple seconds. She narrows them, then snorts. Sounds like a dying engine of a Jeep. And looks at Edmund.
Well, my week was okay, I guess.
She starts babbling about how she spent her week, which itself is so uninteresting that I zone out for the whole duration of her little speech. Well, Trisha, you told us that you'll tell us what's weighing on your mind a couple times already. Edmund turns to her. I blink, snapping back to reality. I look at the little trig. She returns Edmund's attention, grimace of uncertainty and anxiety on her face. She then gives me a short, unkind look, then leans forward in her chair, resting her chin on her fists. But you refused to tell us every time I asked, Edmund continues. Would you like to speak, or just listen for now? She lifts her eyes from the floor and throws a sweeping look across everyone gathered. Her gaze, like Olivia's, pauses at me. Unlike the gator, however, she doesn't move on further, but keeps her eyes glued to me when she starts.
It's just... She pauses. It's just what happened for the past couple of months. That's what's been weighing on my mind.
For a moment, her eyes light up with fires of anger, of sadness, of pain and desperation. Edmund gives an encouraging murmur. Out of the corner of my eyes, I see that the rest of the group is listening intently. I don't dare to look away from Trish, away from her eyes. Something tells me the moment I take my eyes off her, the courage she's mustered to speak of this will be gone, dispelled like smoke on the wind.
It all started... Trish swallows. It all started a long, long ago.
She closes her eyes and pauses for a long time. So long that I'm starting to think that that courage is indeed gone. I'm wrong, though. She starts talking again, opening her eyes a moment later.
There was this girl, you know?
She swallows, slowly and loudly. She pauses to wipe her eyes with her sleeve.
Known her since elementary. Went to the same class together. She was my friend.
Wait, she's talking about Lucy. She must be. Then why isn't she referring to her as them? Weird. It's awfully weird hearing Trish talk about Fang like this.
And she was a good friend. We did everything together. We did homework together, we hung out together. Hell, we ate and slept together. When our parents allowed us to stay over at my house.
She pauses for a moment and smiles at the distant memory.
And there was a guy, too. Very good friend, too. Known him since kindergarten.
Fang and Reed. So she knew Reed for longer than she did Fang. Man. Reed's attitude towards her is starting to make a bit too much sense. Fuck, I can only imagine how much this whole shit show hurt him.
We were tightly knit together. All the way until high school.
She pauses. A soft, quiet sniffle escapes past her lips. She growls to mask it, puts it on an angry face. But when she speaks again, she's calm and relaxed. Content, even. Must be reminiscence, brightening her mood. She clenches her fists.
Fuck, I love that girl. Not like a friend.
She quickly looks around, her eyes narrowed as if she's looking for anyone ready to contest her claim. She then turns back to me. There's a glint of happiness, mixed with pain, deep in her eyes.
I loved her. With all my heart. She was the one and only. My sweet, sweet girl.
Takes all the self-control I can muster at that moment not to recoil upon hearing those words. A coincidence? No, it's impossible. How does it happen that she's now referring to Fang in the same fucking manner as I do? I don't speak a word of that to her. Oh, God. Oh my fucking God, this is so fucking weird. We truly were vying for that heart back then, huh? Her snort, mixed with a hiss, stops my muse short and brings my attention back to her. She's staring at me with anger, blazing deep within her eyes. I can hear a faint popping of her knuckles as she clenches her fist tighter and tighter.
Everything was fine, but then he came along.
She narrows her eyes.
He, a loser from nowhere. He came in and stole her from me. Stole her friendship from me.
She swallows.
And her love.
I didn't do shit. She was suffering when I came along. I didn't want anything to do with her at first. If not for Naomi, that sugary sweet cold-hearted puppet master bitch. Me and Lucy wouldn't even be on speaking terms. You know what, Trish? I'm grateful to Naomi for what she did. Too bad her methods were fucked up beyond belief. If only she'd got her head out of her ass in time.
I hatched a plan to pull them apart. He was breaking our friendship, tearing us away from one another.
She pauses.
Looking back at it now, seriously fucked up what I did.
She closes her eyes, but only for a second.
And it backfired anyway.
I blink. So, she admits it. I knew it was fucked up. Fang knew it was fucked up. Only Reed insisted on talking it out with the trigger. Thanks, Raptor Jesus, for making him see sense later. I wait for her to go into more details, but I don't learn anything new. I don't even know how she dug up my old photos for the presentation.
I fucking hated him. I hated that she and him got together and that they were happy. It was my happiness. Mine.
She punches her knee. She growls to herself for a couple seconds, then deflates and calms down.
So I hatched another plan. This one was foolproof.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Foolproof? Try fucking retarded. When she describes the few rehearsals before prom, there's nothing Reed hadn't told me already. And when she describes the day after, how Fang screamed at her, that I know already as well. The real interesting stuff starts on that fatal Monday.
I didn't go to school that day.
She speaks silently, her voice trembling slightly. She herself tensed up and weary.
I only came after everything was over.
She closes her eyes and pauses. No one moves. No one says anything. Everyone is perfectly silent. Even Edmund, who's been listening to Trish's tale with keen interest and an air of kindness and compassion. Finally came after, and when I saw everything, people crying, the cops, the ambulances, She clenches her fist. No, never mind. My plan backfired again. I heard her, I heard others. Oh, God. She hides her face in her hands and stays like this for a moment, silent, trembling. I reach out and touch her forearm. She flinches, stirs, lifts her head, narrows her eyes for a split second, then relaxes and gives a long, soft sigh. We keep looking each other in the eyes. And this feels more like a private conversation, as if there was no audience here. Then I saw him, she says. That loser, you know. She tenses up. A tear rolls down her snout, hangs on the tip of her beak for a moment, then drips onto her knee. I lost my shit. Completely. I screamed. I think I threw my phone at him. She looks at me with a mix of pain and anger. It's but a pale, washed-out image of what she looked like that fateful Monday. I pat her shoulder. She sighs, blinks, looks away from me to Edmund, but snaps her eyes back to mine almost immediately, as if afraid that the courage would escape her. After that, she continues, I went to the police station. They called me in. I was interrogated. A long pause. She swallows and wipes her eyes away with her cuff. They asked me all sorts of questions. Most of them were about what happened. Some of them were about that guy I've been gabbing about all this time. The cops were more interested in getting answers to the latter. Oh yeah, the shit you talked about me to rip. Heard all of it myself from Glenn. But that was a poor regurgitation of what you've just told me, little Trig, and I appreciate your honesty. You have no fucking idea how much. Then, not even 2 weeks after that, my friend, the dude I knew since we were kids. She sniffles, but chokes it back immediately, with almost an angry snarl. He called me and told me to never contact him again. Who was the cause? Yep, the same dude I told you all about. She gives a quick, sweeping glance around the audience, so quick that I barely catch it. Her eyes turn back to me. There's a need in her look, a desperate want to be heard out. Is this why she wanted to hang out with me so badly? To tell me all this? Reed wouldn't listen to her. He does not give a shit about her anymore. Neither does Fang. That leaves me. Fuck me. God damn it, Trish. Why the fuck didn't you tell me this earlier? Were you scared of talking this out on the phone? Were you scared your mother would overhear? Why talk about it now, in front of strangers? I tried going to my friend's house then, to ask him why he changed his mind about me, but that dude, he was already there. She clenches her fists so hard that her knuckles turn white. An angry, furious look flares up on her face. It's gone as quickly as it appears. The flame of fury is extinguished, with only ashes left behind. Sadness, dejection, loneliness. He ripped my only friend left away from me, and I couldn't do shit about it. She sighs, her fists unfurling a bit. But he turned out to not to be so bad. He went after me when I ran away, and She wipes her eyes again. He asked me something. Made me think. Pissed me the hell off at the first, but made me think. The memory of her screaming at me to fuck off before running out of the building flashes before my eyes. I grimace. That was a shit show. At least some good came out of that circus, even if the results were a long time coming. Then Trish sniffles again. She clenches her throat, trapping it in. Then she speaks, her voice faltering. Then I locked myself up at home. It was awful. Kept sitting there day and night, day and fucking night. She smacks her knee with her fist with each word of that last sentence, each strike grows stronger and more violent. But in the end, she stops and just sits still. I did nothing but mull over everything that had happened. Nothing to do, nothing to look forward to. No friends. No one to turn to. My mom didn't give a shit, neither did my siblings. She pauses, then hisses quietly. There was nothing for me. No fucking hope. Only now do I start to wonder, for how long was she sitting at home, surrounded by shit-headed brats, cut off from both her friends by the one she saw as a witless cretin? Me. Even if she was partially wrong in her assessment, I did play a big role in that. But can she really blame me? I didn't put that retarded idea into her head. But regardless, how fucking desperate for company did she have to be to go and seek out that cretin? The guy who, in her eyes at least, first stole the one she loved and then her only true friend. Shit. Fuck. And then that guy, that fucking guy, he got himself into deep shit. I don't move, but my heart starts pounding. Blood rushes to my face, then rushes from it. I'm beet red one moment, I'm pale as paper the next. My eyes are locked with Trish's. She's not talking to the room. She's talking to me. This whole time, she's been talking to me. I went and visited him at the hospital after he got himself fucked up, she continues. He didn't want to have anything to do with me, which, fair. Then... She shivers. I squeeze her forearm. A small, almost imperceptible smile flashes on her snout. Then, immediately after, it's gone. More tears, more angry face wiping. Then something happened that broke me. And that guy, she clenches her fists, shivers, pauses for a long moment. That fucking guy, that asshole, that fucking bitch. He picked me up when I was down. She glares at me, her eyes glistening with tears. There's anger in there. And gratitude. And a silent thanks. They mingle and mix together, blending into a cocktail of emotion that I will never ever find proper words to describe. I force myself to be still, and to keep my tears from flowing. I succeed. Somehow. We started talking to each other like normal people. He went away for a while, but he kept in touch with me and helped me. She tosses Edmund a very short glance. Why? I don't know why. Maybe he felt bad for me. Maybe he really wanted to help me. I don't fucking know. But if he was here today, I'd thank him. She pauses. She's quiet for a long time. I wait for her to continue. No one stirs. Without him, I'd be 6 feet under right now. She shivers. So wherever he is right now, he went away again, you see. I'm grateful for what he did for me. Her voice cracks, falters. She turns her head away and hides her face in her hands. She starts to cry. Soft, quiet sobs, but still strong enough to shake her whole body. I stop myself from putting my arm around her, so as not to ruin the ruse, but I put my hand on her back and rub it softly. I shake my head and look back at Edmund. Fuck, I didn't expect to hear that on my first session, I tell him. Does it always get so emotional around here? Edmund smiles and slowly shakes his head. As if that broke a spell, the rest of the group stirs. There are compassionate murmurs aimed at Trish, some quiet words of encouragement and support. She keeps nodding, thanking everyone through the tears. Not always, but sometimes. He gives me a prolonged look. Would you like to tell your story? I think for a moment. Then I shake my head. I'd very much like to, but not today. Look at Trish. The next session, maybe. Edmund murmurs something. Very well. He pauses and waits for Trish to settle down. She comes to herself a couple minutes later. She lifts her head and wipes her face, then looks at the therapist with a nod. As he picks another group member to share their story with us, she tugs on my sleeve. I look down at her. "Thank you," she mumbles. "Thanks, Anon." She swallows thickly. "Anytime," I smirk. "Say, wanna hang out after this? We both need to chill the hell out." Her eyes open wider. A small smirk springs up on her snout. "Sure. I know a place around here. They have bitchin' good food." I nod. We're all set up then. The rest of the session is quite uneventful. I forget most of it as soon as I leave the room with Trish. I call to Simone later. I'm free to do as I please for the next 2 hours. More than enough time for us to grab a bite and chill. "You know, Anon," Trish says as we leave the building, "you are a pretty nice guy." I have my moments. I put my hands in my pockets. Who knows? Things may be starting to look up for the both of us. And that's the end of the chapter. Uneventful, but Gator was there. That's a fucking Wani treat right there, baby.
I drink deeply.
Fug, I'm late.
Hi, Baroth. Yeah, you are a little late, buddy.
Let me scroll through the chat real quick, because I saw it going off a couple times there. Oopsie, Anna did a slippy. Should read the chapters. The same fic where Anna had a dream of a school reunion and all the dead fellows were there. And Artiv said that he would stick it in. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did Artiv say that? I don't think Artiv said that. Is this a little anon lie? Also, if you're catching it now, good night, Twisted. Good night, Water. Goddamn, 5.5 hour drive. That's rough, buddy. Glad you're done now. Heavy emotional stuff will never end. Poor Alan and Fang. Respect for the good writer for the story. Yeah, Karma Chicken, baby. Do pretty well. Writer's doing great with detailed emotions. A+. Yeah, hopefully they're doing well. I know that they posted a new chapter, but that was a couple weeks back. I know it's different from like the pace they were going. I hope they're taking time for themselves, because they had a little bit of like a need to take a step back for a little bit. Trauma type stuff is nailed perfectly. The dream section really gives you a sense of dread. Gator, wheelchair, Olivia, Gator away from mention. Where's get away from my snoofing? Get out! There's another one character that's supposed to show up in a later chapter. I won't say who, but I don't know when they will appear. Oh boy, is this story gonna canonize me as like Naomi's sister or something? Oh boy. Gator, no, this is Snoot Zone. We get a little Gator as a treat. The Wani/Snoot. Trish has to rely on Anon again. Uneventful Gator was there. Yeah, you get it. Trish not being completely garbage. Good, me likey. We get the Trish redemption. Vast majority of characters here get good treatment. What a short chapter. Should read like 3 more for compensation. Brother, that was like an hour-and-a-half chapter. That was like an hour-and-a-half chapter. Let's see here. Only one who gets kind of shafted is Anon's parents and Ripley. Yeah, Ripley's fucked. Ripley's donezo. Alright, who am I on Anon? I'm gonna catch the VOD later. Have a good night. Alright. Rest easy, buddy. Rest easy. Then I had to rearrange my figure setup to accommodate the new ones I got at G-Fest. Got 5, so I had to rearrange like the entire shelf. Feel like I'm actually steaming like a fucking Colossal Titan. Deadass. Damn, brother. Kick back and relax. You deserve it. Gonna be here for a long time. Hope I'm not too late. Well, looks at the clock. We're 3 hours in. You can decide if that's late or not. All deserve redemption except Mia. Gator here, thanks for this nugget of hope in a day that is promising to be a gigantic slavine of shit at work. Working in logistics in summer. Customers want shit now. Damn. Hopefully it's not too fucking arduous for you, bud. Ugh. Jesus. Trying to decide if I want to... By the way, Ripley gonna get fucked over more. Oh, I'm sure. We haven't even gotten to the fucking trial yet. His goose is cooked. Just gonna lie down here in the Family Guy stock death pose. That's a pretty good one. I'm trying to decide if I want to do another chapter tonight. I know I had it set for 2, but we did have an hour-and-a-half yap session, so that kind of fucked me over just a little bit. And I do have plans for tomorrow. I'm heading out with my mom and my brother. We're gonna go do... My mom, my brother, and my aunt. We're gonna go do like this fucking painting thing. Because it seemed like it'd be fun. As well as getting some lunch. Because the lunch is always good. This fic, man, this stuff is hard. And when you get to the trial, prepare the Xannies. Feel like a steamed ham. Kind of going to the hairdresser in half an hour. So if you want to back it up now, but give treat different day. Well, Lassiter is the biggest None in the Chamber supporter. It would be a damn shame if he wasn't able to listen to it right now because he had to go to the hairdresser, right? I think we'll probably call it for tonight. A 3-hour stream is fine. Because we only did 1 chapter tonight, I would say there's a decent chance maybe we pick up a couple more chapters and None in the Chamber tomorrow. You know? Jake got his punch drunk fix last week with like a bunch of chapters. So maybe we'll go ahead and do None in the Chamber again tomorrow. You know? Don't take that as a promise. Everything is subject to change until the last minute. Until you see that stream title saying what we're doing, keep it chill. But I'd say there's a decent chance. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it tonight. I release everybody to go do their things. Hopefully you enjoyed having a singular chapter, a nugget of the None in the Chamber Fallen Angel. Hopefully you enjoy it. Probably gonna face his failures. He's gonna face a lot of fucking shit, isn't he? Let's call it for Central European, man. We owe him smile. I'll catch the next one. For those of you who are unaware, in case this is your first time here or whatever, we should be live tomorrow at around 10:30 p.m. EST, somewhere between that and 11:30. I would say average it at 11 p.m. EST and then give or take 30 minutes. We also have a Discord. By all means, feel free to join it up. It's a good place. We're pretty chill there. It's an easier way to keep track of when the streams are happening and when they're not happening as well, on top of everything. So, you can find that. I haven't shelled my own fucking Discord in a little bit. Hold up a minute. I don't even remember where it's at. Give me a second. Let me go to my page. View your channel. Okay, here we go. If you hit more. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. There's the Discord link. Just click that and you'll be good. Oh, shit. Sorry, I had a little bit of a burpee. But, yeah. With that, anybody who's in chat, be you lurking or otherwise, have a good rest of your day, night, evening. Whatever time is for you. I'll likely catch you tomorrow. Until then, take care, fellas. Oh, I guess I could post it in the fucking chat real quick. Grab it. No, run over. Hold up a sec. I gotta... fuck. I shelled my own shit. Let's go. All right, fellas. Take care.